Okay, welcome back to our. I guess I should start saying Hyperborea now. Although we're technically still playing Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. The third edition is coming out, and they're shortening the name to just Hyperborea. So we are in the third month of the 11th year. It is the morning of the ninth day. It's a bit warmer than it has been, about 70 degrees with a moderate breeze. The party are back on their ship, having suffered some loss and regained a friend, I guess. So we'll start on the ship in the morning, and we'll go from there. So let me just start at the top. Nikki, tell us about your character and what's going on as the sun, the bloated red sun of Hyperborea, is rising.
Pinesta is a bard, and she had quite an interesting night, day. She witnessed her best friend and almost sister, Brighild, get disintegrated by one of the Migos' death rays, disintegration rays, and used the ray of Helios to bring her back to this life. She's very happy that Brighild is back with them, although she knows there will be repercussions of some kind. She couldn't stand to lose her at all. So she's glad she's back, and she's giving her space right now, but she hopes that Brighild understands why she did what she did. And yeah, that's Pinesta right now. She's very kind of, as she opens her eyes, she's kind of in a pensive mood. She's kind of just thinking about life and friends and things like that.
Awesome. Okay, so speaking of Brickhill, uh, Tony, tell us about your character. What's going on with Brickhill?
A tall, imposing figure stands with her back to you. She looks the same in ways, but there's something different too. The new polished black scale armor, heavier than what you usually see her wear. The short spear with a varnished shine to the shaft. The wooden shield, fresh cut and made. The scimitar with no nicks in the blade. Your eyes pan up and stop for just a moment. No, this is not the warlock we know. Is this her mother standing there? The long hair cascading down is white, mixed with gray now. Her face turns to you. Oh, yes, it is the youthful beauty you know. It's not changed. But there's a deepness found in the eyes, something different as she reaches to wipe the moisture from running down her face. She goes topside to where the party awaits and thinks along the way up the stairs, what will this day bring? What happened to me? Who am I now? These dreams are lovely yet haunting in ways, things I do not remember, but feel so real as she reaches down and touches the pendant hanging from a necklace, a symbol in the shape of almost a sun. She thinks, this represents some god? I don't remember. Where did this come from? So real. She steps on deck and begins to smile and says to everyone, good morning, as she mutters under her breath, let's try to live again. That's Brighild, the imposing.
Excellent. Up on deck, I suppose, would be Mike's character. Mike, tell us about your character.
Yeah, Dougal is a newcomer to this group, having survived a shipwreck. He is a druid that has arrived with his two companions and has tried to fit in. He's not really sure what to make of Brighild at the moment. this whole thing of death and resurrection is a little bit not beyond him. It is within his realm. He sees it as the circle of life, but he he's a bit concerned. This seems to be some sort of strong sorcery, and he's going to keep an eye on Brighild, and and everyone else, for that matter. If this is the type of sorcery that is being thrown about, he's going to be a little more wary, and that's Dougal.
Excellent. Speaking of sorcery, Jan, tell us about your character.
So, in an empty cabin, you see a book and a quill. The quill is scribbling something on the book, and you see the page turn, and then scribble, scribble, scribble. Page turns, and then soon enough, the book closes. And I play Eka the mage. He is called Eka the Unseen for a particular reason, for his strong affinity of using that invisibility spell. He rarely comes out of it because of the obvious reason. People get disintegrated when you do. So, yeah, he's still unseen. He's jarred and shaken from what he has witnessed so silently from the previous adventure. And he is preparing his spell for another adventure into this dark dungeon. And he says to himself, well, this time I'm going to get more people invisible.
Right. You take your time, everybody can be invisible eventually. That won't be a problem at all. Someone who's not invisible, though, is Crystal's character. Tell us about your character, Crystal.
I play Zinnia. She's a commoner, though she's from New Amazonia, so she has Amazonian ideas about her. Right now, she is in her room with the statue that she has made to Artemis, the goddess whom she prays to. She's asking Artemis to give her strength and vision to see, but even as she does so, there's this nagging at her, this nagging, knowing that Brighild had passed, and she's almost too afraid to ask Brighild what it is that she saw or experienced. She's almost afraid that maybe the answer would be nothing at all, but she's not going to let those nagging feelings keep her from doing her duties. She gives her thanks to her goddess for the prey that they have already managed to hunt down, and prays that when the time comes, they will be able to extinguish even more of these miserable beings, such as the Un and the Migo.
Excellent. Okay, so as the ranger and the druid and I guess Brighild as well are up on deck. Maybe Vanessa's there as well. You're kind of the sun's rising. You kind of look off towards the island, maybe trying to decide what approach you might take today. You see what appears to be someone waving from the beach. Rush, tell us about your character. What are you doing over there on the beach to get their attention at this boat that you see out?
So Revna would have basically been just kind of waving at the other sailors on the beach. Just extending a hand up to let them know that she doesn't mean any harm. As she draws closer to the boat, it would be obvious from those who were on the shipwreck previous that this is one of the deckhands that they had seen aboard, fairly knowledgeable. But but now no longer dressed as a sailor, but swaddled in black leathers and a black hood with wispy black hair, and somewhat brazenly makes her way right onto the deck of the boat. And if that's allowed,
Well, the boat's out in the water.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
That's okay. We could say you have a rowboat. It doesn't actually matter. So you can so we'll say you row up to it.
I thought
Doesn't
the boat
really
was
matter.
full.
However you want to do it.
Yeah. So she
walks
rose
upon
up.
the water.
Yes.
That's fine. You
Rose
can have
to
a
the
rowboat.
boat. Yeah. So basically, I would have waved to him as I was rowing the boat up, and then as she pulls alongside, she just kind of climbs herself on board. Being obviously not one of the creatures, she kind of just brazenly makes her way up onto the deck, and then just kind of stands and leans up against the gunwale and crosses her arms across her chest, and she looks between Eka and Xenia and Dougal to make sure they recognize her, and doesn't say anything for a while, but then finally would speak up and say, I understand that you all have had some bad luck, and I think I might be able to give you a hand, and I think you can probably give me a hand too, for I have no interest in being shipwrecked upon this isle, because the others on the Fortune over there don't seem to know how to sail. I think that I can be quite a good help, actually, and my understanding is you could probably use it. Is there anyone here who can make a decision? And that would be Revna Kvaldheim, the thief, the ledgermanist.
Excellent. So yeah, you would have found, I guess, to give you a boat. On the other side of the island, there were some boats. Actually, I think the other party from the Fortune also knew that, but they didn't mention it to anybody. There were canoes. So I guess you pulled up in a canoe that looks like a. So when this person pulls up, that you probably recognize, guys, she is in a canoe that looks like it was probably made locally based on the trees and stuff. Like Dougal would definitely pick that up as she kind of pulls up. So yeah.
Revna was on the Fortune, right? The ship that crashed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct.
So when Xenia sees her, she'll just be like, "Oh, Revna, it's so good to see you again," and she'll like go up to give Revna a hug.
She would take the hug, keeping her arms crossed over her chest, and she just kind of like leans her head in like that, and she's like, "You too." She's like, "But formalities and all that can be handled later. I want to know if I'm going to get left behind on this island or not."
We're all sitting and listening to this, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's up there except for Eka, unless you want to come up, Young, because you had to put your character in your room. But you certainly come
Yeah,
up.
Brickhild is going to look towards this new person as she says that and goes, "Yes, you may get left behind because there is nothing but death on this island."
Well, this very well. That definitely seems to be the case. But one, I'm thinking of get my goal is to get off the island. But if that means I have to do things on the island first, there's an old saying among my people that everyone dies, but not everyone truly lives. And if I'm going to die on this island, I don't want to do it sitting on a beach with a bunch of poor sailors of no skill who also have no good stories to tell.
Stories are one thing we do have in spades. I'll look at Dougal and Xenia and say, you know this person? Obviously you do. I'm assuming you don't just hug everybody you meet.
Well, I am a hugger, but in this particular situation, I do know Revna. I vouch for her.
Revna looks toward Pinesta who and Brighild, who seem to actually be somewhat the speakers, and she says, I'm a sailor. My name is Revna. I'm a sailor. I am a maker of bows, a fletcher, and I dabble a bit in a couple of other skills.
Oh, I know someone who probably would have called you a finger wiggler.
Well, I mean, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Well,
But it's not just that.
If Dougal and Xenia and, well, I don't know where Ika is, if they vouch for you, I suppose you're probably all right. They seem to be all right as well. So I'd hate to leave anybody behind on this island of death, as Brighild calls it.
When you look towards Brighild and say that about living and mention being the speakers, you see she's standing there and she's just staring straight ahead with her arms crossed. And she's lost to all of you for just a moment, as in her mind, she sees this man that is standing in front of her, teaching her and showing her about curing and tanning leather. The smells of the tannery mixed with the salt air of the city of Khromarium. And she sees herself standing there singing and working with this man. And she goes, who is this? I did not do this growing up.
Brighild, are you okay?
Yes, yes, I'm fine. This new person, she said she could. She was come from a tannery. Is that what she said?
No, she's a bowyer.
A bowyer and fletcher.
But I grew up in a tannery.
Oh, I misunderstood. It's just the morning. I'm trying to get used to the morning again.
Well, whatever you need.
Where's the one that always stays invisible? Is he still? He's here, isn't he?
He's here.
Somewhere.
He's down in the cabin at the moment.
Yep.
You see Revna kind of roll her eyes a little bit at the mention of the invisible one.
Well, you're welcome aboard, Revna, for what it's worth.
Thank you very much. I will try my best not to let you down, but
The door to the deck opens at that moment, creaks open, and no one comes out, and the door closes, and you hear the voice. Oh, Revna! I was wondering when you're going to get here.
you hear what you think of as, oh God, under her breath. And she's just like, hello.
Yes, hello, you too. Hello to you too. You seem fine. I thought we had lost you. That's attack of those nefarious wounds. And he's shuddering as he speaks the word, but You obviously don't see them. They're terrible.
Indeed. Almost as bad as the other sailors on the boat.
Yes, of course. And the voice kind of fades away as he's probably walking away.
He's a very strange one, Ika. Powerful, but a little strange.
Revna looks like she wants to say something, but she just kind of smiles at you and just kind of gives you, like, closes her eyes slightly, just kind of gives you the slightest of nods.
Did you notice any things on the island when you were traversing around it before you found your way to the ship here? Did you notice any things that looked out of place there?
I don't know, Daniel, what I have?
Well, I mean, you saw those 4 canoes, which, of course, are not made for like going long distances on the sea, and they were built. I mean, obviously, you're in one of them. They were built locally. There was no encampment there, though. There was just 4 canoes kind of pulled up and hidden on the beach. Otherwise, we'll say you haven't seen much that the rest haven't seen.
Yeah. So I'd point out the canoes then, just say they're kind of odd because I'm pretty sure you didn't bring these and we didn't bring these, but they surely aren't meant for traveling on the open sea.
Well, we do
Maybe
know
there
that there.
are.
Oh, I was just gonna say we do know that there are other people on this island. We ran into that guy who was fighting that giant bird not too long ago.
Yes, I agree, Xenia. That's what I was going to say. It very well could be some of his members.
Well, you think that's the guy we're looking for? I didn't meet him. What do you think?
I don't. I do not recall. I don't think it is. I think this man is someone else.
Well, Brighild, you've been through a lot. Are you wanting to take revenge and go back, or are you wanting to just stay away from that place?
I think it would be best. Maybe we should investigate the upper surface of this island and see if we can locate anything else. We could investigate those. Wasn't there like some? I don't remember what you call them, Daniel, but like columns or.
Yep. Yeah, there were if you're in roll 20, I think you're on the right page in roll 20. Hopefully, do I have you on the right page? No, I do not. That would help if you were on the right page. There we go. Now you see the island, right? So yeah, looking at the island, down where it says I, down at the bottom here, I'll click on it. This area here had some obelisks standing up, and they were the Flying Ranger saw them. Let's see. I'll give you a quick description again. Those are I. It's a fern cover clearing. It's 100-foot diameter. There's a ring of 20 evenly spaced black crystal obelisks, about 25 feet tall, 5 foot thick, crackling with spidery white energy. And you didn't really get close enough for anything else.
Panesta, we could go and try to investigate those obelisks and see if we think they hold any type of power or anything to this island, I guess.
I agree. Who knows? Maybe we'll find something to help us, some more things to help us survive this place.
Yeah, so as far as the reconnaissance, because I know it was a little while ago, I'll just kind of go over what you know. So the obelisks are in I, right? Where you saw those boats rush is over here where it says H. Over here where it says D, that's where it seems like there's like a, for lack of a better word, bubbling of like kind of copper-colored water coming up out of the, kind of under the water coming to the surface. So you can see the water there is reddish. And in these areas that are like marked F, those are caves that are kind of up in the air. And then C are some caves that are at sea level. That's pretty much what you've seen so far. And then, of course, the lake and everything. And oh yeah, and of course the purpley circle thing is the ghost ship, or the ship with the ghost on it, I should say.
Well, the obelisk seemed as good a place as any.
Where was the
Nope.
obelisk at again? I'm sorry.
Aye.
Okay.
It's I. Yeah, so you could,
Gotcha.
of course, you didn't see these. Actually, you did see the paths from the ground. So you do know that they're there. What you did not see from the arrow of the ground is this J. That's why I didn't tell you what it was. You see a J there, but you don't know what that is. You're like, why are those trees shaped like a J? Huh. Yeah, so if you want to go, sorry.
I was gonna say I hate to do it, but where are we? Where at D?
You are no. You are. I guess I didn't put a place where the boat was. You guys are basically. I'll draw your boat on here for you with my excellent drawing skills. Draw shape.
Draw.
We'll make your boat. I'm using purple already. Your boat will be. It's like light green color. Feel like hereish. Well, that's not very obvious, is it? I shouldn't use that color. Let's make it brighter. Your boat is like hereish. Yeah.
Oh,
See it? Light blue.
yeah.
Yep. That's where you are.
Oh, that's not okay.
In the pink circle, that's where there was some debris at we found, right? The little small
That
pink
is-
circle.
That's right. There's some debris there. Yeah. I mean, it's a quarter of a mile offshore, so it's not bad, but it's That's why you weren't walking to it, or it would have been pretty awesome if you had. Yeah, but you have a rowboat, obviously. So if you want to move to shore, you certainly can do that. Yeah, you're gonna leave the sailors on the boat. Everybody's coming to shore. I guess including Helene, the cleric, who has refreshed her spells and is got her plate armor all oiled up and ready to go with the giant hammer. And she looks at the newcomer and kind of squints, and then kind of shrugs. And yeah, you guys are able to take the boat down to the shore. And yeah, where you had beached it before was near the debris area, but you can be further up the beach too if you want to closer to the paths. It doesn't really matter. All of that place, anywhere along that shore is easy for landing.
I would like to give Brighild the potion of invincibility that we got.
Oh.
Because only fighter type classes can use it only. So I think that's her and Xenia. You're a fighter type,
Nice.
right, Crystal?
Yeah,
So
I'm a
you go-
ranger.
I'll give you the potion of super heroic action,
Oh, nice.
Xenia, because that's only fighter types.
We don't need
Well,
another
thank you very much.
hero.
Oh no, not
Sorry.
two bards in the group.
And I don't remember what the girdle of the mountain bear did, Daniel, but someone can also have that if they want it. It
Oh,
was
we,
like
we were going to give that to Eka, I think. Wasn't it for
Yeah.
like a magician deal?
Well, it gives an armor class of 5 without having to wear any armor. As a base armor class of 5, and then plus dex. So it's good for somebody who's not going to wear armor like a magician. Yeah. So
Unfortunately, in order to wear it, Eka will have to become visible again, or otherwise the belt will just float there.
which will probably be good because then you can see where he is. So yeah, if you want that magic item, Yang, Girdle of Mountain Lion, it will give you an armor class of 5. Not cumulative with any other armor or magical devices, but obviously dexterity would be fine. And you can shape change into a mountain lion once per day for 1 turn.
Huh.
Which could be pretty useful, I suppose. The other stuff, potion of... What was the first one? No.
Potion of superheroic action and invincibility is the other one.
Okay, invincibility.
Makes you invulnerable.
Oh. It makes you invulnerable against creatures 3 hit dice or fewer. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Unless
And-
they have magic weapons. Yep.
Right. Plus
Yeah, plus
2 to your AC. Yep. Go ahead, Dave.
Plus
Yeah.
2 to AC. Okay.
Yeah, and plus 2 bonus to all saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't last
Okay.
very long though. 3d6 rounds, so it's probably good for like 1 combat. So when you're getting overrun by small stuff.
Yep.
Superheroic action. Let's see. It increases the drinker's fighting ability on a sliding scale according to his level. Hit dice and hit points are increased temporarily. Any damage sustained. Okay, so you are 7th level, Denia?
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll increase you by 3, your fighting ability by 3, and your hit dice by 3. And that, I guess that lasts as long as normal potions do, which is 6 turns plus a d6 turns. That's pretty good. That's very good, actually. Alrighty, so yeah. Okay. With the magical items distributed, you get into your small craft and head towards the island. Is it you just want to land where you were before, where the debris is, and then walk up to the path? I'm assuming.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so Nikki, roll d6. Let's see
Okay.
how the island feels about you guys today.
Alrighty. Let's see. 1.
1, hey, fantastic. Roll a d12.
D12. Okay. Nope. Forgot to get a D12 out. I'll just roll it in roll 20 here.
Oh.
2.
Everybody needs a d12.
Yep. I had to grab one.
Okay, John, good. Dropped again. Oh, awesome. So as you're pulling up on the beach, or walking on the beach, you see coming from kind of the tree line. You hear it, kind of, and then all of a sudden, out of the tree line, there's got to be like 1,000 crabs. They're normal sized crabs, and they're just scurrying out of the tree line towards the water. Just like before you can even really react, they're like all around you. They're not paying any attention to you. They're just like heading towards the water. And this whole thing lasts for like what seems like probably an eternity, but it's probably like about maybe a minute. So if you want to do something, you can. But and then they eventually you see the end of the line, and they finish, and they kind of go off into the water. I mean, if you wanted to interact with them, you certainly could. But if you don't, they're just going to pass you by. Actually, they're small. They're coin-sized red crabs.
Coin size.
Yeah, about 1,000 of them. And if
Do
you
you
were to pick
think
one up,
something scared them off out of the woods?
That's what I'm afraid of. Yes.
Well, typically, crabs don't go into the woods much.
Dougal, do you know anything about crab migration? Is this the season?
I don't know.
I mean, you're a druid. You could have a 4 and 6 chance.
4 and 6.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you probably never actually experienced it yourself, but you have heard that this is sometimes happens if they're feeding. They'll go further from the shore than they normally would to feed, and then of course if something scares them where they finish, they'll kind of come back.
Oh. Yeah, they'll go and feed, and then if they get scared, they come back.
Oh, so something did scare them.
Yeah, or they were full. But for them to go en masse like that, I mean, it's probably something scared them.
Okay. Well, we know there's scary things in the woods.
Maybe we should let Zinnia, this is her environment as well as Dougal's. Maybe Zinnia should go and scout the edge of the wood line to see if there's any recent activity.
I agree. I don't mind taking point.
Careful.
Of course. And Xenia will head towards the wood line.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty distinct trail. I mean, about 1,000 crabs are coming down, and you kind of move forward. Of course, they are on the ground, so they don't disturb the bushes and stuff. But you can kind of look, and kind of push them aside to see kind of where they came from. And it doesn't, not very far in, you actually see a little bit of the sun kind of glinting into the woods, and you see what looks like a skeleton. So it looks pretty fresh from what you can tell, because you can still see, like, it doesn't have that like white kind of glow on it. It's kind of still got like the darkness of a fresh skeleton. It's maybe like 50 feet ahead of you in the woods.
While she's standing here and kind of keeping her eyes open, she's just going to kind of open her ears a little bit more and start listening to the sounds around her. See if she hears anything out of place with her discern noise.
Okay. Your discern noise is what is it?
It's the same as a thief at my level.
Okay.
So it'll be at 7 and 12.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're listening. At first, it's very quiet, and you can hear kind of the surf behind you, kind of washing up on the beach, and you're listening into the woods. You don't hear much, which seems a little odd because usually you hear animals. And then maybe you're just about to think to like maybe turn around and say something to the party, and then you start to hear some birds and small animals kind of fly back into the area, and then within 45 seconds, you can hear all the normal sounds of the woods.
All right. She'll head back out towards the party, and she's not gonna go that body yet. She's gonna head back towards the party, and she'll let them know. Well, there is a skeleton over in that area. I guess the crabs could have been feasting on it, but I waited for a minute, and all the animals came back. So I don't know if there's anything to worry about in that area. I mean, if there were a predator of some kind, the animals would stay away.
Was it
Was it
someone
one
we
of your
knew?
crewmen?
Hmm?
Was it one of your crewmen?
It's hard to say. I didn't take time to go examine the body more closely.
Well, I think it would be in our best interest to at least go check the body and see if it's one of your crewmen or if it's one of the maybe shaman people here or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'll lead you to it. And
Okay.
she'll lead the party out to the body.
All right, so everybody's going. Yeah, it's pretty easy to
sure.
find. I mean, like before, you just walk right up to the wood line, you move a couple trees, you can see the edge of like the rib cage or the part of the skeleton. Then you kind of push the bushes aside and you move forward cautiously, and you can see that what you see is a pretty picked clean skeleton. Clearly the crabs had at it. You do see some shreds of clothing. They don't seem to be the typical clothing that somebody might have worn on a ship that you were on. So it doesn't immediately stick out to you as somebody you might know. However, there's something else kind of unusual about the skeleton, and that it's wearing an eye patch, and it's kind of it's kind of across the it's chunks of hair and skin around where they didn't eat around it because the patch is still there, and the patch itself is black leather, and it's got like a seashell on it.
Brighild will just reach down without saying a word and just lift it off of the remaining part of the skeleton and hold it up.
Okay. Yeah, you lift it up, and you realize, maybe you don't look, you don't care, but the eye below it is still there. and yeah, you're able to pull it off the head, and it's not. You realize too when you do that that while there are bits and pieces of skull and not skull, but the blood and hair and stuff, it's not like the body was rotted because it all just comes away. Like the patch is totally clean when you lift it off the head.
What do any of you make of this? It seems to be in pristine condition.
Maybe it's magic.
Well, it is a lovely eye patch.
Yeah, so I know he's a sailor.
Oh, is that how you know? And she'll smile at Dougal.
Well, aren't they frequently used by sailors?
Certain kinds of sailors. I mean, all the stories say pirates wear eye patches.
Is there anything you can do, Eka, to determine if this thing has any properties in being just a nicely ornate eye patch?
It is something that I could do, but once we get back to the ship, it takes quite a while, and it is very exhausting.
Well, you should be the one to keep this then.
But if there's any writings on it, I might be able to make some sense of it. And he reaches his hand out, but obviously he's still invisible. And he says, "Do you mind if I reach out and take it?" And he actually, grabs it and snatch it from where it is.
Brickill's holding it, so she'd be the one who'd have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you touch her hand, she just jumps back as it falls into your hand.
Yeah. Thank you. And then you see the seashell kind of like, going back a little bit, and it's hovering in the air. And he's flipping it back and forth to see if there are any writings on it.
No.
If there are any magical writings. Yeah. He says, "Well, it just looks like a regular seashell."
Put it on.
No,
Try it out.
My eyes are perfectly fine. Here you go. And he hands it over to Dougal.
Okay.
While they're examining this eye patch, Zinnia will take time to like cross the skeleton's like arms and put a couple silver coins over his eyes and say a little prayer to Artemis.
Okay. Well, as you're doing that, you notice that one eye is completely gone, obviously, because it was eaten by the crabs, but the other eye that was under the patch is actually there. It's fine. So you can certainly put a coin on that one. I guess you can put it on both of them. A hole on one side and a eyeball on the other. Nice. Okay.
Eka tells Dougal, "Don't lose it, because once we get back to the boat, I would like to examine it."
Okay. I won't.
You had possession of it. Why did you let it go?
It'll basically float in the air for quite some time, and I don't want to give my position away to those creatures if we ever meet them, even up here. And you hear the voice shake as he mentions those creatures.
Well, Zinnia has told us the Migo don't love the light, so maybe they won't come up here. And this guy was obviously not disintegrated. So.
Well, I don't think Migo necessarily have a problem with light. The Un hate the light for sure.
Okay.
I'm just saying, be prepared for anything.
Oh, she'll smile. Always, my dear. Always.
Well,
I guess we continue to the path and try to find our way to those obelisk.
Indeed. I'll take point.
Okay. You're going to go slightly ahead of the party? Or just going to be in the
Yeah.
first person?
She'll go like give or take 20 feet ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Perfect. So yeah, you're able to do that. Where exactly is Eka in this party, as you are invisible and nobody can see you?
Ekka's sort of in the middle of the group.
Okay. Roll a d6 to see if anybody runs into you as you're walking.
All right.
3 and 6 chance. You're invisible in the woods with a group of people.
I got 4.
Okay. Nope, nobody hit you so far. Somehow you're avoiding the party as you're walking around, but nobody knows where you are. So yeah,
He's
I
had
mean,
a
you're
lot
invisible.
of
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so go ahead and roll a d6 there, Brighill. Or Tony.
All right. Anybody want to guess? How about a
Wow.
1?
I was gonna say, I'll guess
Hey.
a 1.
Gonna guess a 1. All right, you want to roll a d12?
D12. That is an 8.
8. Fantastic. What's happening out there? Oh, interesting. All right, roll a d6 to see if you're surprised by these things. Nice.
And we get one better on the surprise.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Okay, so you're not because you get 1 better. Is it also go the other way? Or just that you're not surprised? Do you also surprise 1 better?
Yeah, we also have an increased chance to surprise by
Okay.
1.
Then you also surprise them. Not only are you not surprised, you come upon all right, no, these are these ones. You've seen these before. They're just kind of standing there, not paying attention. As you're kind of walking, and like you're walking in the jungle, and it's pretty tight, and there's not much wind or anything. And then all of a sudden, you catch this breeze, and it just smells like rot. And you kind of look through the tree line. You can see that there's a cluster of 4 kind of rotted corpses, kind of shambling in place. You saw them. They look very similar to the ones that came up on the ship several nights back. They are kind of they have pustules all over their bodies beyond the rot, and you've got this like stench of kind of the sea as well as rot. They are about 50 feet away from you through the tree line. They don't seem to have noticed you yet because you have surprise. So I'll just go down the line. Well, you're first. So what's up? What are you doing? So, actually, since you're ahead of the party, well, we'll see. Everybody sees them. But Xenia, what you see these things out in front of you? What do you want to do?
I imagine Zinnia's been traveling with her bow. I know I didn't say that, but that's what I thought in my head. So she's just going to go ahead and grab a couple arrows from her backpack and get ready to start shooting. Backpack?
Okay.
Quiver.
Yeah, I mean you can shoot. You can shoot. You have a surprise round, so you can make an attack if you want. So you're going to do a missile attack. Cool.
Yes.
Ernesta, you see Xenia drawing some arrows, and of course you also smell the stench that you smelled before.
Yeah, I'll do missile.
Okay. Brighild.
Yeah, Brickyard sees this and she is adjusting this heavier armor that she's wearing and trying to get it adjusted in places as she's setting her spear charge.
Nice. Nah.
We're in the middle of the woods, right?
You're in the middle of the woods on a path that is quite overgrown, and you can see these creatures. There's kind of foliage between you. I mean, you could run towards them if you want to move up on them. They're about 50 feet away, or you can just go over. So.
The question would be, I'm going to want to do a missile attack, but am I able to, if I step off to hide, do I still get to make a missile attack this round and just go like second phase, or do I lose my attack?
Oh, well, if you shoot the missile after you're hiding, then you're no longer hiding, right? Because you shot a missile. You can't shoot a bow when you're hiding.
Yeah,
right?
I was trying to get the Well, I still have to be behind them, don't I?
What are you trying to get?
The like the backstab.
Oh,
But is it? Yeah, it says from behind the class 1 or 2 weapon. That's right. This one doesn't allow you to do it with missile weapons. So in that case, I'm gonna go missile. I'm gonna step to the side of the path and go missile.
all right, fair enough. Dougal.
Sorry,
No, it's okay.
Missile.
All right. How about Eka? Invisible Eka.
Eka says, Brickhill, you seem like you're about to charge. Do you mind if I give you some bit of a boost and make you larger?
She looks back towards you and goes, "No, silly, I'm waiting for them to charge me."
Good, good.
I love it that all goes on as this happens. All right, and Helene is gonna turn on dead actually. So go ahead, since you're up front there, Crystal, and roll initiative. Oh no! You got surprise round. There is no initiative. So, sorry about that. Melee goes first, but nobody's meleeing. Missiles go next. So all our missile shooters can fire. So Pinesta, pick a zombie 1 through 4.
3.
Okay.
All right. Let me see what I can do here. Hits armor class 3.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, and that is D4. 4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage
Okay.
with the boomerang.
Nice. Yeah, the boomerang flies out and smacks this thing. Its head, part of its skull falls off on the ground. It kind of turns towards you with like half a mouth hanging off.
Nice.
Doesn't look very happy. Oh. Revna,
already.
make your attack. Pick a zombie 1 through 4.
Oh, just pick one, huh?
How else? You want me
you
to
know
pick one for you?
No, I'm gonna pick 1 through 4.
Yep.
We're gonna go with number 2.
All right.
And where's my bow? Short bow.
Oh, hold on 1 second. What? You didn't get a natural 19 or 20, did you?
Nesta?
Nesta.
No.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you get a natural 19 or 20. These guys have that special
Okay.
thing.
No.
This is anybody, of course. Sorry, go ahead, Rush.
That's okay. So chunk. I hit AC4.
Can you hear me okay, guys?
I can hear you. Yep.
Now I
Okay.
That
can.
hits.
That does hit. Okay, 2 damage.
Okay.
Doink.
Yeah, it's your first day.
Got to warm up a little
Dougal.
bit.
Oh, who did we lose that time? We're losing people left and right. Is that Rush? Dougal.
Huh? He
Yeah, we lost
rolled.
somebody.
No,
you
you
could
lost.
say-
Eka says, "Please start my minicam."
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just
Dougal.
Oh.
Go ahead.
There, that's all.
I was targeting 3.
Okay. Go for it.
AC
did you
1.
already- Oh, sorry. I should. Okay. Yeah, you hit.
Yep.
Does not kill it though. You hit the you hit the same part of the skull that Pinesta did, but of course most of that was gone. there was like one little piece hanging on. You knocked it off.
Just a glancing blow.
Just a glancing blow. You're like, man, if I had just gone a second earlier, I would have taken the head off. Xenia.
Zenio will attack skeleton number 4, the last one. I don't know which one
Okay,
it is
4.
now. Let's see, and see. So she grabs like 4 arrows and she starts speed shooting. 2 arrows at this one. Where's the little thing? There it is. And then
I think on a surprise round, you only get 1 attack. I could be wrong about that. No, it's a full round. We looked this up. No, I'm wrong. We looked this up once before. Okay, yeah, that with the 2 hits, it will kill it.
Okay.
So yeah. You plant the arrows deep into this thing, and it staggers back and falls dead. Well, why do you have 4 arrows?
she shoots like 2 around, so I'm just doing it for flavor.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't jipping you any shots. Okay, so you two arrows into this thing. It drops. There's still three of them standing. Helene, she pulls out her holy symbol of Horus, and she says, "Remember, do not get bit by these things." And she holds up the holy symbol and chants a slightly chaotic chant, but good enough to turn undead. Hopefully, that's a D20. No, it's a D12 roll. Turn undead. Actually, one of you guys can do it. It'll be, since you didn't get to attack or anything, go ahead, Young, and roll a D12 for her turn undead attempt. It's 5th level. Well, actually, she automatically turns. So actually, roll 2d6 to see how many she turns. There's only 3 there.
D6. Hold on a second. Coming right up. I got 9.
Oh, yeah. All right, there's only 3 of them. So she holds up the thing, and they basically cower from the holy symbol, and they're shambling backwards. They're not very fast, but oh no, they are fast. They move 30. Like, I don't know. I think they're slow. Yeah, you see them start to. They're backing up through the brush, and they're going to make their full movement away, putting them at about 80 feet away from you guys. The second round starts. She, of course, is walking forward, holding the holy symbol, like pushing them back. Then yeah, what would you like to do?
Missile.
Okay. Going backwards for some reason. Eka, do you want to do anything in addition?
Eka, near, where Eka should be, you see a little bat flying down from the treetops. Flutter, 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 and Eka is like mumbling some words, and he's casting flight on himself.
Oh, nice. Okay. So Eka's going to go up in the air with a spell. Going backwards here, so it's throwing off Dougal.
Melee.
Okay. They're quite far away from you now. Just so you know, you'd have to full charge if you want to melee them. They're about 80 feet away.
Oh, sorry, not melee. Missile.
Okay. Revna.
I'm going missile again.
Fantastic. Breakhild.
Rikio just pulls her spear up from where she had it set for the charge, and she begins to wipe down the dirt and stuff off this new spear, and she's not going to do anything, letting the missile people take care of it.
Nice. Vanessa.
Missile.
Nice. Okay. I realized too that these guys automatically lose initiative, so we don't need to roll initiative. So then yeah, make your attack.
All right, and I'm still in short range since I have a composite longbow.
Nice. Yep, they're 80 feet away.
But the first
Nope.
one's a nat 1.
Yeah, nat 1. So go ahead and roll a d12 to see if you get that second attack or not.
8.
I think you probably do. You're a fighter type. 8 is drop weapon.
Okay.
So unfortunately,
Yeah, she's like messing with her. She's like trying to grab the arrows, and she's trying to think about how speed shooters do it, and then she drops her bow.
Okay. So it's going to go 6 feet away from you, and it's going behind you. So 6 feet behind you is where it goes. How that works out, who knows? And of course, no further actions for the rest of the round, so you can't even get it this round. Eka, no, I'm sorry, your spell's going to happen after. Dougal, the ranger has decided to throw their bow back behind them for some reason. You're not really sure why, but rangers are unusual people.
He is unusual. They are unusual, so I will snap off 2 shots this time.
Nice. Both hit. Well, the first one will kill that guy because he was barely alive. So I'll let the second one hit another guy.
Okay. We'll go.
So you see, the
one who was lagging behind.
Right, exactly. And it almost kills him. Okay, so yeah, you hit one, and then you kind of see it drop. So you turn and shoot your arrow. It sinks into this slower one, and it doesn't kill it, but it puts a pretty good limp into its limp that it already has. Revna.
Yeah.
Revna, you got 2 left, 1 and 2. Number 2 has been shot with an arrow through the leg.
All right.
Number 1 has not.
I'm going to stick with number 2. Come on. There we go.
Oh, hell yeah. That kills it. Nice shot. Yeah. You guys are peppering these filthy zombies with arrows, and it drops down, leaving only one more kind of moving. Brighild's wiping off her spear, so Panesta.
Okay, rolling. It was 316. Yeah, that'll. I'm sure that'll hit since the last one did, because that hits armor class -1 for 6 more points of damage.
Okay, fantastic. Good damage, but it does not kill it. She's still holding her holy symbol aloft, Helena, that is, Helene, I should say, and moving forward, kind of repelling this thing deeper into the woods when you hear that this bat flutter down, and maybe there's a slight sound of the leaves kind of crunching as his body is lifted up off the ground, and your spell is cast. So yeah, there's one left. I mean, you guys can just go ahead, Crystal. Since you had a bad round last time, tell me how you killed this last zombie as it's retreating, because only has a few hit points left.
I don't have a bow and I'm too far away to use my sword. Can someone else kill it?
I was gonna say you could pick it up or something.
Oh, I can just do something.
Just narrate how you kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, she has that last arrow in her hand, and she doesn't have her bow, so the only thing she can think to do is throw the arrow, and somehow that works. She smacks it right in the back.
She's like, "Damn it!" And then like everybody looks at her, and then you look over, and the zombie falls down dead. Nice.
You hear the voice. How does that even happen? Well done, Xenia.
Yeah, she kind of nods and she's like, "Well, gonna go get my bow now," and kind of just like looks away, a bit ashamed of however the heck that happened.
When you start walking towards your bow, you see Brickhild has picked it up and she's holding it towards you with no expression on her face, but she goes, "It happens. It's the sea air that probably got on your fingers and they were a little bit moist. That's why you dropped it."
Yes, probably. Thank you, Brighild. And she will take it back.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, you see that these guys look like they were probably sailors based on the way they were dressed. Of course, their clothing and stuff is rotted and torn up from the sea. They do actually. I mean, if you want to loot the bodies, I don't know if you want to loot stinky zombie bodies, but they do have some gold on them, or some coin, I should say. If you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise.
Yeah, you see the corpses of these zombies like turn on their own, and then you see a couple of coins floating on the air, and they drop on the floor nearby you guys. It's obvious that Ekka's been going through them.
Nice. Yeah. So you're able to do that, and you continue on your path towards the pillars. These paths, you can tell that they were, especially now that you're hitting the path that's more kind of diagonal on the island. It's kind of going from northeast to southwest. You start to notice, because it's a little further from the shore, that you can actually, even though there's a lot of like dirt that's kind of accumulated from like the leaves falling on the ground and mulching and stuff, you can actually see, maybe kick it with your feet a few times, you can see if there's actually a stone path. It seems like it's quite old and really well designed. When you take a few seconds to look at it, you can see that it's mortared really strongly, and it's actually still holding up, even though it's probably quite old. However, of course, it's been covered for years. It doesn't look like there's too many people walking through these paths in a long, long time. And you head down towards the location that you want to check out. And as you start to get closer to it, you can hear every once in a while this kind of zoom, zoom sound, which you've heard before inside the facility in that room with the where those copper coils were coiled up with glass around them, and they were flashing with light. It sounds similar to that, like kind of a lightning sound. And as you kind of break out into that clearing or kind of look out into it from the wood line, it appears to be deserted, except for these stones. So again, there's ferns all around, but the ones that are very close to these pillars, I should say very close to the pillars, there's nothing. But like kind of around in between the pillars, there's ferns covering the ground. It's 100-foot diameter, and there's 20 of these things spaced evenly around. So it's a big circle. They're 25 feet tall, 5 foot thick, and they look very similar. Now that you're up close to them and you've seen it before, they look very similar to like the goat. For those of you who survived the goat fight, which would be Brighild and Pinesta, I guess. They look to be of similar construction.
So do they look like? Does they look like they're made out of that crystal?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, even to the you can even tell now you're closer to them that they, from a distance, they looked a little bit like almost like smooth obelisks, but you can see they're actually rough.
Okay.
But they're not quite as jaggedy as the goat was, but they're definitely from that same kind of crystal material. Yeah, and you can see, but I guess you're on the outside of it, but you can see that on the interior side of the obelisks. Of course, you can only see some of them because some of them you're looking at the front of. You can see that there are some hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs? What?
Yep. I'll give you a bard. Good.
If it's magic, then he should be able to read it. But I don't know whether if it is. He would attempt to read it.
Okay.
Same with Rebna.
Okay, sure. I'll say this is magic. Why not? Seems it's not a spell, but it would be the type of hieroglyphs you might read. It's going to take you walking around the whole thing to kind of figure out where it starts and ends because each one has a couple hieroglyphs on it. So we'll say it'll take a couple turns for you to do that. What's everybody else doing while this is happening?
Brighild is just going to stand back kind of at the edge of the clearing there and watching this, trying to figure out herself maybe what power these things hold.
Okay.
Yeah, Zinnia's gonna kind of like walk. She's not gonna get too close to these things. She kind of gets a bad feeling from them.
Yeah, you can give me a D6 roll, Crystal, for the Ranger. I'll give you a 2 and 6 chance to know more about them, for you to be able to translate them as well, because it's pretty clear to you that they were created by the Migo, but you're not able to make out the hieroglyphs specifically. Maybe you just hadn't been trained on that yet, but it's pretty clear to you that this is definitely related to the Migo. Okay. Anybody else doing anything specific besides checking out the magic?
He's gonna cast invisibility on that little bat that's been following him around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you're flying still too, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be able to fly for about 2 hours since the time of casting.
Okay. Yeah, it's been maybe like 30 minutes, so you got time. It'll be another like 20 minutes as you're kind of sorting this out. And in the meantime, I must say, because Brighild's basically, being wary, there's no chance you'll be surprised by these guys, but you might. I was going to roll for a distance before you see them, because you're being stalked. Okay, they're pretty far away, Brighild, when you spot these things. You see the long black hair and the dark eyes and the glistening copper skin of some humanoids moving through the forest. You reckon there's maybe a half dozen of them? They appear to be armed with they don't have those giant lightning guns. They're just armed with like standard weapons. Let me just make sure what they carry. I think they use spears. Let's see. Yeah, I'll say they have spears. So yeah, they've got spears, and they're kind of creeping through the woods. But of course, you're as soon as they get close enough, you kind of hear a branch click, or you see them while while the others are kind of examining this magical stuff. I guess the two people are anyway. So Dougal and Brighild.
She's first going to whistle over at Zinnia and try to make some kind of motion towards Zinnia that would understand maybe to find a place to hide, that maybe us two at least hide and try to surprise them as they come out. And then she'll make a motion towards the rest of the group that there's something coming.
Okay.
Okay.
If I saw that, I would also try to like hide.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
How many are there?
You don't see them because you're examining the thing.
Yeah.
Aren't you examining the magical runes? You and Remna. So you guys don't see them. You just hear a whistle.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
When Brighild points them out, does like Zinnia see them? Or
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take the time to figure out exactly how many there are and stuff, it'll take a minute. I mean, Brighild sees like shoulders of people go by, and she whistles and points. I mean, if you want to try to hide, you'll need to do it quickly. If you want to shoot at them, you can do that right away as well, of course. But
Yeah, I mean,
this is going to be an
she
issue.
actually, she tries to make a motion to use Zinnia to hide, because knowing that you can probably sneak on them better than anybody.
yeah, so yeah, she'll also attempt to hide and like use her ambusher to like kind of like point to Brighild and like point over to an area so that they can hopefully get a surprise on them.
Okay, so you're going to try to circle around and flank them.
Just the ambusher ability. It lets me get a +1 to surprise. That's all. I'm just doing flavor again. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, but you're going to try to flank them, right? No, you're fine with your flavor. I just want to make sure you're kind of circling behind them so you can surprise them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they know you're there, so it's like if you're gonna, I mean, they're heading to the thing to obviously to intercept you. It's pretty obvious that they're coming to you. I mean, they know there's people there. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll give you a chance to surprise them as you kind of move in. So go ahead and I'll let you roll. I mean, we'll give you you got +1 chance. So
yes.
basically, but they know you're coming. So normally I wouldn't give any chance of surprise. So I'll give you a 2 in chance, 2 and 6, because you have that other bonus as well. So roll a d6.
Okay. No.
Okay, yeah.
Not this time.
Unfortunately, they know you're there, so you won't catch them off guard. But you are able to circle around and flank them, as is Brighild. So, all right. So, what does everybody want to do that's aware that? Well, everybody's aware there's something going on. So, what we got so far is that Brighild has whistled and pointed. Then her and Xenia have kind of went out to probably flank whatever enemy is there. Panesta, you're hiding, right?
Yep.
And you just like go behind some bushes or something. Do you actually
Yeah,
have
I
a
just don't want
skill or
them-
just a?
No, I'm just I don't have a hide skill. I'm just trying
Okay,
to
no
like
problem.
I'm just trying to just kind of make sure they don't. I have moved silently, 8 and 12.
Okay.
That's about
No,
it.
it's fine. That's fine. I just rolled. So yeah, so you dive into some bushes to get kind of out of view. Dougal, what's your plan?
I'm going to try to assist Brighild and Xenia. If I
Okay.
see which
So also-
direction they're going, I'm going to counter them so that I can aid them in flanking.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you guys kind of move out into the woodline to kind of essentially intercept / flank them. Vanessa's more or less staying where she is, but hiding. The two magic users. Do you guys want to stop interpreting what you were doing and do something? I mean, I guess Ekka's invisible, so.
Yeah, Ekka flies up and he's trying to find out who's sticking out like a sore thumb. Is anyone not hiding?
I mean, you'll have to spend the time figuring that out. What's Revna doing?
Well, yeah, Revna sees that they're getting ready. So she, I don't know. She's kind of looking between. She glances between the two, and she moves away.
Okay, like
And-
into the woods.
No, she moves away from where the hieroglyphics are, and she tries to do the same things, but she wants to hide and get her bow ready.
Okay. And you have a hide ability, right? What is it?
Oh.
What level are you?
I am level. Crap.
7, 6.
No, it's not. Where the hell did I write it? It's 6. I'm level 6.
You had to swim to the shore and everything last night, so I know it's stressful.
I just
Okay,
haven't
good. It's fine. You guys have an inch
played
bump.
a
Okay,
thief
I
in a
rolled.
long time.
All right, you're good. Yeah, so you jump into the bushes, try to get yourself a surprise on them. Okay, so let's roll initiative. Mike. Ooh, they got a 1, so they're slow. Oh, okay, good. You guys are going first, anyways. All right. So basically, the first people are going to encounter these are going to be Dougal, Xenia, and Brickhill. You guys kind of move around to flank them. Unfortunately, you don't surprise them. I mean, they kind of look and they see you and they kind of draw their weapons out. But you're faster than them, so you can make a move. What would you like to do? There's 6 of them in total that you see. They are all wearing or holding spears, short spears.
Melee.
Okay, how about Dougal?
Spell.
Okay, how about Brickhill?
Yep, melee.
All right, awesome. Okay, so go ahead, Xenia.
Okay, Zinnia gets 2 attacks, so she'll run up to the closest one and attack it, and that'll do a 7 extra damage because it does 7 HP damage automatically. Because I'm assuming these are own.
They are Oon on that list.
Oh right. Well, it says the ranger can identify.
There's a specific list of creatures. If they're on the list, then that's good. If not, then no.
Okay. No, they're not.
Okay. But still, that's a lot of damage and enough to kill one of them, I believe.
Okay, and can she attack a second one, or would it just?
You'll have to
can
do
I
it second
hit-
phase
Okay, that's fine.
because they're not all right super close to each other. But yes, you definitely will get your attack. Don't make sure I don't skip you. You'll just have to move now. You can attack then move basically. Okay, that's Copper Oon. Their armor class is 5, so you do hit them. And okay, yeah, that kills it for sure. So let me just roll. Okay. Oh. I'm looking here and I realized that these modules are so good, I totally forgot they have all the information right here. I don't need to be running around doing this. I'm like going back and forth. It's all right on the one page. Oh, hold on. Actually, what armor class did you hit? 4, okay.
4.
That does hit him. Yep, that just barely hits him. And it actually does not. So it's important. Did you look up to see if they were on that list? Because if not, they're not.
No, they're not. They're not on that list.
Okay. All right. So actually, does not kill it.
Okay.
But it seriously injures it. I mean, it's very, very hurt.
So do I get a second attack against it now, or?
Yep. Now you can do it. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. 2 for 12 damage.
Yeah. Nice. Yep. That kills it.
Nice.
One Oon drops for the mighty ranger. Dougal. No, you're doing a spell. Sorry. Brickhill.
Yeah, Brickhill sees this creature's armed with a short spear too, as she takes this new short spear of her own and just takes it, and this sly smile comes on her face as she charges into it. And that's armor class 3.
That hits.
Minimal damage of 3 points.
Ooh, okay. You see that like these guys have very thick coppery skin, and like your spear jams into it and you see the copper like kind of, it's almost like metal on their skin. It like tears back and it barely wounds it at all. Okay, and okay, then goes missile, then spell. So you're doing a missile weapon, right, Panesta? That's what I was assuming that you were hiding.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Take aim. 17 on the dice. So that would be armor class -5.
That hits.
Or 5 points of damage.
5 points. Okay. Again, it racks into him. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would hope because they're Their skin is so thick, you see like almost dents into his skull. But
Okay.
you see it, yeah. So cool. They've got very thick skin. And there was one more person with a missile weapon. That's Revna. Rush.
Yep, I'm scrolling down to my short bow again.
Of course.
Uh,
Oh.
Doink.
Womp womp. You hit
Yeah.
dead center, and the arrow just tink, it like sticks in, and then it kind of moves and it just falls off his chest, doing absolutely no damage.
It's beginning to be embarrassed of this bow she made.
Yeah, the most precise shot ever, and it just doesn't penetrate their thick skin. And then we go into spells. So Dougal, spell.
Bark skin.
Nice. Okay. Your spell is cast. And now these guys are gonna attack the people that are close to them, since there's 3 close. And I'm gonna say there's gonna be 2 on Dougal, 2 on Breakhild, and 1 on Xenia since she killed hers. Alright, so 1 on Xenia. Okay. His fighting capability is 3, 12. Okay. But he's -2 because it's in daylight, so only hits armor class 7 against Xenia. Assuming that misses. Is that true? That doesn't hit you, right, Crystal? Armor class 7?
Oh, sorry. No, my AC is 4.
Okay, awesome. Okay, this against Breakhild. That's
AC
armor class.
5.
Good. So that's armor class. That's exactly the same roll. So armor class 7, so that misses. Ooh, that one's going to hit, though. That's an 18 on the die. All right, so 1 spear cuts into you. Fortunately, your skin is not as thick as theirs. For 3 points. Actually, it might be. Do you have damage reduction?
Yeah, 1 damage reduction, so 2.
Okay, yep, so 2. And against our druid, 17 -2 because the daylight is a 15. That hits armor class 2. And that's going to miss with a 9, which doesn't hit anything. Well, 9 after the modifications. Oh, no, it's armor class 8. What's your AC?
5.
Dougal. 5, okay. So you get hit once, I assume, right? Armor class 2 still hits you. And for 2 points of damage. Minus any damage reduction if you have that.
Yep.
Nice. All right, there's a lot of hitting and not much damage going on in this round, except for the ranger completely chopping somebody down at the beginning. All right. Awesome. Okay, coming into the next round. Nesta.
Since I see the boomerang didn't do much, can I move forward to do melee? In like
Of
the
course.
second
Yeah,
phase?
you can move in melee.
Okay.
How far? Oh, yeah, you're not moving that far. You can move in melee. It'll be a charge, basically, if you want.
Okay.
The only thing is they have a longer weapon than you, probably, so they're going to get to go first, I believe. Would you have a longsword?
Yes, I have a longsword.
Okay, so sword long is a weapon class 2. No, spear short is also weapon class 2, so it's the same weapon class, so that will not be the case. Okay, Breakhill.
Melee.
Cool. Revna.
Missile.
Okay, perfect. Dougal.
Melee.
Okay. Eka, they're invisible, and so is your bat.
Okay, Eka flies at movement 60 on top of Google's head. He's hovering right on top, and he's going to try and cast a spell.
Above Dougal.
Strengthen.
Oh, you're going to touch Dougal on the head.
Strengthen
Okay.
on Dougal. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Xenia.
Melee.
Nice. Okay, let's do it. Mike, roll initiative. That's who I was doing. They got to 3. Oh, nice.
4.
Okay. Pernesta, you charge forward.
Yep, and I do. Ooh, nice. Armor class -4
Oh, yeah, that hits.
for 7 points of damage this time.
7 points damage. Okay. So, yeah, that definitely weights in much deeper. It's still up, but, yeah. Brighild. Tony?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you call me.
Oh, yeah, Brickyard,
yeah.
you're up. Yep.
Yeah, Brickyard's going to turn on the one that stabbed her and take both of her spear attacks on that one.
Nice.
Oh man, the first one's a natural 1.
Oh, no. All right. Let's see what
So we got
happens
to
there.
roll a d12. Is that right?
That's right. Roll a d12. See what we get.
That is another 1.
Oh, that's
Man,
good,
I'm
though.
full of ones tonight.
That's all right, though. In that case, it's good. You, it's a terrible miss, kind of embarrassing, but you don't lose your next attack, so you can still attack again.
Yeah, she's not used to this heavier armor. She stumbles for just a moment, but she brings the spear back up with 18 on the die. So that is armor class like -6.
Nice.
And it will do max damage of 8 with that second attack.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that bites much deeper. Still up, but it bites much deeper. Let's see. Also in melee, we've got the... You're doing melee, right, Mike? Sorry, no, I forgot. Okay. Need more coffee. Go ahead, Dougal.
Dougal yells, "You're supposed to stay underground," and he swings his war club.
Oh, yes, you are. Yeah, whack.
Hello.
That is a good, solid hit. Unfortunately, they have very thick skin, so it does absorb a bit of it, but it's enough to make it stagger back.
Someone's figuring out how that club works finally.
Exactly.
All right,
Just
then
need a little light.
right. Druids do better in the daylight, right?
Yeah, he is in the woods, so there you have it.
Then he'll attack the one on her, and as she does so, she'll call out to Brighild, "Don't worry, it took me a while to learn how to fight in heavy armor too." And AC 5 for 10 damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the boast is not very good because it clinks off his thick skin.
Okay, and then AC 3 for another 10.
There you go. Okay, very good. Oh, okay. I see that. So I was wrong. The spear is weapon class 3. But that's all right. He's going to get to attack bonus anyways. All right, so these guys are... Oh, and then the spell goes off. Sorry. Does what? Strengthen? No?
So for a cleric type, it does 1d6 strength adjustment.
Oh, nice. Your strength's going up by 1d6 there, Dougal.
Dougal, you want to roll, or should I roll for you?
Go ahead and roll for me.
1d6 coming right up. 4.
Nice. That's great. What's your current strength?
Let's see. Current strength is 13.
Okay, so
Now it's
17. Nice.
Oh,
So you're going to get a additional +1 attack modifier and an additional +1 damage. So +1 attack modifier, +2 damage is your totals.
Hulking up a
Nice.
little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's like,
Yeah, that's
get
right.
that He-Man thing going on. All right, so
Echo
fortunately-
whispers, "You have the power."
he goes to raise his club like He-Man, he hits you in the face. Nice. All right, so they're going to get to go, and unfortunately,
Yep.
these guys are...
I didn't get to go.
You
Did
didn't?
the missile people get to go?
Oh, I guess I can let you go. Sorry, I didn't realize I missed you.
It's okay.
I missed the missile.
Am I the only one shooting
Yep.
this time? Oh, okay. Which one do I have the clearest shot on? Or is it all the same?
Number 2, which is the
Number
one Vanessa's
2.
fighting.
All right. So I already shot once. So now. Ah. Well, Jesus.
Not that clear of a shot.
No.
Vanessa arrows
All
go
right.
swishing by you.
Bows are not my thing. Here I was trying to stay out of combat.
You are.
You are. In more ways than one.
I am so effective.
Yes. I mean, you're
This is
not
why
getting
you were
hit.
a sailor.
Yeah, apparently, yes.
All right. So, unfortunately, because these guys are actually classed, so they are fighters. I believe, yeah, it's the second round, so he's going to get 2 attacks. The guy that's on you, Panesta. Ooh, 18 and 12. I think the 12 missed the last time, but 18 is probably going to hit you. Maybe.
Yeah,
Let's
probably.
find out. That's well, it's actually a 16 because it's minus 2, so armor class 1.
Yep, that'll
I
hit.
hit you. All right. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and his black eyes are staring at you, and his somehow perfectly straight hair with the little bangs and everything. All right. Okay, so he hit you once on the guy on Brickhill. That's a 20. Oh, and then he misses. Okay, so that's a crit, so it's going to hit, obviously. He rolled a 2 on the crit table. He's a fighter. So plus 2 damage. That's not too bad. You don't want that triple damage, that's for sure. Okay, so, ooh, that's a lot, though. So that's 6 points of damage total. And then
All
minus
right,
your
so I'll
damage
take
reduction.
5. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Also, there's one on Dougal. We'll get 2 attacks. So that's a 12. After adjustments, 12 hits armor class 5. Okay, and then the other one's a higher number at 16, so you get hit twice. Oh, they don't like the druid. Oh, but damage is on your side. So you take a total of 3 points of damage, minus any damage reduction. From the 2 spear attacks from this guy. And then finally, there is actually 2 on Xenia now, because they see you as the toughest foe. Yeah, 1, 2, there's 2 more. So no. I almost rolled d6s to hit. That definitely would not have hit. Oh, first guy rolls a natural 1. Go ahead, Crystal, roll me a d12 to see how this guy fumbles.
Could someone else roll for me? I'm not at the computer right now.
All right. That is a 3.
3. Okay, he's a fighter. Just a bad miss. Okay, so unfortunately not a big deal. But then, weirdly enough, I just rolled a 3 on the d20. So he rolled a 1 and then a 3. This guy's not very good. The second guy, spoke too soon. Second guy critted and then missed. So fighter crit, 4. Double damage. So 3 doubled is 6. Well, no, it's 3 plus 1, so 4 doubled is 8. No, you just double the dice, right? So 7 points of damage there, Xenia, minus any damage reduction you might have.
Ouch.
And that's the end of that combat. Now we've got a big melee going on with lots of spears flying everywhere. And these coppery guys, you can definitely see when you're cutting into them that, like, there's almost like a, I mean, it's not super thick, but it's probably as thick as, like, a little thinner than plate armor, layer of copper on their skin, giving them, like, essentially full body armor. So they are tough little guys. What does Panesta want to do?
I will attack the one who's on me.
Okay, melee.
Yes, melee.
Okay, Brigild.
Yep, same thing. Malay trying to take this one out that she's in a battle with.
Okay, Ravna.
I'm gonna start moving with my bow, trying to circle. Like I'm gonna move the maximum I can move and still shoot, but I'm gonna go missile.
Okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that all I have to do right now is tell you missile.
Well, that's fine. No, if you're going to move in missile, then you need to. You will actually shoot in the second phase, so that is important.
Okay.
And Dougal?
Melee.
Okay. Eka?
Cast enlarge on Dougal.
Strength again and enlarge again. Wow, Dougal's getting all special treatment. Xenia?
Melee.
Nice. Okay. Mike, roll initiative. They got a 5. Ooh. Oh, you did too. What's your dex?
15.
All right, you guys go first. Panesta with the melee.
All right. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
That'll
you
do.
You're a thief type, right? So roll a d6.
D6. 6.
Oh,
Wow.
triple damage. All right, so you can either roll 1 die tripled or you can roll 3 dice, however you like.
I will do 1 die tripled.
All right.
Big money, big money.
That.
6 times read 18.
18.
18.
All right. All right. Give me a good description of how you completely chop this guy down.
Someone's venting frustrations.
You know, they hurt my girl last time, right? These. Yeah, no, I will take my sword, and you hear it like screech against his copper skin as it makes that noise, and I just cleave right at the collarbone and just take off, half of his body with my hit.
Nice. Yeah. And he falls to the ground. And I mean, inside, you see there's blood and stuff. As a normal human, it's almost like the armor's been fused to their bodies, but it clanks to the ground. Doesn't even scream out in pain. It just drops. Killed.
Alrighty. That will hit armor class -2
1 hits.
for 4 points.
All right. There you go. Slowly but surely, you're chipping away at this guy's armor. He's still standing. Dougal.
He screams out just in a war cry as he comes down. Nope.
Did you roll a one? Yes, you did.
I did. Let's see.
Yeah,
Did I miss?
Yeah, that was
not
a critical
miss.
miss.
Not only did you roll
That
one,
was a critical miss.
Yeah, go ahead
Holy
and
cow.
roll. Go ahead and roll a d12 to see what happens.
D12.
Yeah, don't get a 12.
That's
Forgot how
an
that club works already.
I did.
Are you you're a cleric type?
Cleric
so
type.
8.
Cleric.
Stumble. Awkward stumble. One adjacent enemy gets 1 free attack. Okay.
Oh, I got all
Let's see.
juiced up for nothing.
Actually, that hits 2 with a 15 because I think I hit you last time. Ooh, 5 points of damage. Yeah, you swing wildly at this guy, and he just with your extra strength. You're not used to your strength yet, and he just kind of sidesteps and slices you with his spear. These are definitely I guess the guys with the lightning guns are pretty tough too, but these guys are definitely trained. Much different than the more kind of almost zombie-like ones you were fighting before that were just kind of aiming and shooting. These guys are definitely trained fighters. Xenia, you got 2 in front of you. One you've already hurt, the other one you have not.
Xenia's going to attack the one that crit her, as she sees him as the bigger threat.
Okay.
Attack number 1. -8 for 13 damage.
Okay, that kills him.
Okay, and then she will turn to the other one and hit him with her second attack.
Nice, go for it.
6.
That one
I don't
misses,
think that
unfortunately.
hits.
No. Yeah, so you judge the distance a little bit off because he's got a short spear. You cut through this guy, you come and you swing, and it just barely misses him. He kind of lowers his spear and grins. A coppery grin. And that's all the melees. So now we got missile. Go ahead, Ravna. Who are you shooting at? There's 1 on Breakhill, 1 on Xenia, and 1 on Dougal. They're all available to be shot now that you moved.
I'll shoot the one on Xenia first. God. Wow. Oh, I can't shoot till second phase.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though because it doesn't matter I suppose, right? Because he might
Yeah,
get to
but
go first,
I will
that's
just
fine.
take the roll and I miss what I do
Yeah, it's
shoot
fine.
on second phase. But
That is
yeah, I'm
correct.
trying to circle around to try and get behind. So let me ask you a question then, because this might actually determine whether or not I even bother with this. When it says that the target has to be unaware of the attack, does that mean it says due to being like stealth or invisibility or whatever, if they're actively engaged in a fight with someone and you run up behind them, does that count? Or
For what, a backstab?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Then I will.
I mean, what we'll do is you're gonna have to successfully make you'll run up on him and
make a stealth check.
We'll check surprise when
Sounds good.
yeah, and if you surprise him, then I mean, no, use your stealth. We'll roll a surprise roll, and if you get a surprise, then I'll let it count.
All right, so
Why
I'm
not?
circling around, trying to circle around behind them so that I can try that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in this case we'll do that. It won't be every time, but I think because this melee is a mess, like he's not paying attention to everything, and he hasn't seen you yet either. Because if you had hit somebody, maybe not, but since you haven't hit anybody, they're not aware that you're out there. Eka, so you make Dougal big, I guess.
Yeah, he's very large.
So now you're also enlarged.
And he says, "You have the power of nature with you, Dougal. Do something!" And he flies up.
Nice. Okay. So you cast him, and you can't move and cast, so you cast and stay where you're at. But
So
you're of course
what's the
floating off
large
the ground
one give
because
me then?
1.5 damage. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's it, yeah. I mean, and obviously if there's any role play things that come into play, but for mechanically that's what you get.
I think you're like 9 feet tall now or something like that too.
Yeah, you're like epically big, which could scare people and stuff. Not these guys because they're basically brain. I mean, they're not mindless, but they're not running. All right, so now they get to go. This is their only one attack round. Panesta cut down hers, so that one's down. The one on Breakhill misses with a 10. 1-8 is a -2 in the light. The one on Dougal. Well, I guess his cheap shot was all he gets on you because he rolls a 4 with the adjustment. And then finally, there's one on Xenia. That rolls a 9, which will also miss. I don't even need to look that up. Okay, so yeah, these guys are, they're clearly getting wearied by this, and none of them land a blow this round. As we come into the next round, what's Podesta up to? You killed the one on you. You can see 3 of them still fighting with your friends.
Yeah, I'll go over to the one on Breakhill and try to help her with that one. Melee.
Okay. Melee, okay. And you're close enough together that we'll call. You can do that first phase. Dougal, you're all big, and there's one in front of you.
I smash with melee.
Okay, I don't know why I skipped Brickhill, but Brickhill.
Yep, melee.
Okay. Are you gonna do that charging up behind him thing, Rush?
If I'm close enough, yes.
Okay, on the one on Xenia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Xenia?
Melee.
Awesome. Okay. So roll initiative, Mike. Oh, I'm sorry, Eka. I forgot to ask what Eka was doing.
Eka just flies up.
Okay, getting out of the range. Smart. What were you gonna say?
Question, Daniel. Will Rush's character get that +1 from my ambush ability?
For that thing? No. This is a special rule I'm making on the spot.
Okay.
Because normally you shouldn't get a backstab for this, but I think in this crazy melee I'm going to allow it. So no. Okay, but good question. Roll initiative, Mike. I got a 4.
I got a 4.
Aha, and you have better dexterity, so you guys go first. So, Panesta on Briggles. Actually, let's Briggle go first because she's closer to it. Briggle.
Yep.
Yeah, Brickhill sees Finesta coming her way and she winks at her, like, we'll get this one.
Sure.
First attack is going to be -3 AC for 7 points.
Okay, that kills it. You like wink and stab through it, it drops dead. Panesta's probably like, what the? You can change where you're going, and you could take your second attack next phase if you want, Briggle.
Yeah, there's one left on Xenia and one left on Dougal.
On Dougal, yeah, so far. But you guys can move into the second phase and charge.
She sees how weird Dougal's transformed into this beast or whatever, so she's going to go towards the one on Xenia.
Right. So you're kind of turning quickly to change position. Vanessa, you could either go second phase or you could have a -1 if you want to just like change your footing now and attack a different one.
I'll go second phase.
Okay, fair enough. Dougal.
Smash. Yo, you gotta be kidding me.
You rolled a 1 on the attack and a 1 on the damage.
Yes.
Oh, double ones. All right, go ahead and roll a d12. See what happens.
8 again.
8. 8 is a stumble. Yep, you just stumble forward. And he gets a fresh shot at you. Which he misses on, so he's stumbling as well. Okay. Xenia.
Oh, right. 2 attacks.
Go Go for it.
Attack number 1. AC 3,
hits.
11 damage.
Nice.
Man, I cannot roll good damage today. And then second attack, -9 for 10 damage.
Okay. That kills him very cleanly. So go ahead and give us a double slash from full to 0 play by play there.
Yeah. She just looks at him as everyone's like surrounding him, and she's just like, "Yeah, you're done," and just like chop into the one shoulder, chop into the other cleanly, and he just drops.
Nice. Okay, so Revna, you position yourself to be able to try to do the sneaky thing on this one that just died. If you want to just move in second phase and attack normally against the one on Dougal, you could do that, but you won't be able to do that sneaky thing anymore because there's only one left, and it's looking everywhere. So, or
If
you
I
can just stay where you
if
are.
I choose missile and I have a weapon in my hand that I can throw, can I just throw it right now?
Sure.
Okay.
You're gonna throw it at the one on Dougal? I guess.
Yes.
Right.
So I am going to throw
Don't miss.
my my Viking hand axe.
Okay, that's pretty epic. I'm going to say because you get give yourself +1.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Dougal's rubbing off on everybody.
Oh my god!
Look at that crit fail on the hit, crit damage on the damage. D12, right? Or I'm
D12.
a thief. What do I roll for a critical fail?
Yeah, it's always a D12, and then the
Okay.
chart's different. Yeah. So roll a 12. I'm going to say 7. 7 for a thief. That is stumble. Okay, so you stagger. Well, you're not close enough to get hit by an ally. So you throw your action. You like over compensate, and you kind of fall prone. We'll say.
Okay.
Because there's no enemy there to attack you, so you kind of won't have that problem. So you guys see an axe fly through the air, and then it just misses Eka probably as he's flying up. Oh man. Okay. Everybody went, right? Well, now it's the second phase, but they get to go, and then there's only this one left. Unfortunately, they have unshaking morale, so it's not going to run. It's gonna look with its dead black eyes at Dougal and try to finish you. When with a 3 on the die, it's not going to do anything. So that was it. Yeah, it stabs its spear and misses Ren terribly. Okay. What's the plan? There's one left standing in front of Dougal. Podesta, what's your plan? Dougal is huge.
Dougal's huge, but I'm still going to run over there and help him melee this thing.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on, you don't have to tell me anything.
Oh wait, no.
And Podesta get to go. Yeah, you guys get to go second phase. So go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, I screwed up. Almost.
All right. Let me just make sure.
Their AC is 4.
Okay. Yeah. No, that hits. Armor crest 3.
Okay.
Yep. For 7 points of damage.
Okay, nice, very good. Again, the thick armor of their skin seems to absorb a bit of it, but that still puts a pretty good hit. And Brickhild also ran over.
Yeah, Brickhild looks at Podesta on the way over there and like, let's go finish this for him. And she takes off running too to try to spear into it. And
Nice.
that will hit AC 0 for 6.
That's enough. All right. Yeah. So Dougal's missing left and right. An axe flies through the air, everybody ducks, and then the pedestrian Brickhill come over and just chop and spear, and this last guy falls to the ground.
You hear a sigh from the sky, going like, "Ugh, brother," and then it fades.
It's okay, Dougal. As I've said before, some boys have different gifts. You know, everybody's talented in their own way. And she'll pat him on his ginormous calf, I guess.
He's so huge. It's like
high five his butt.
Oh man. Yeah, but they seem to have been eliminated. Yep,
When we go to try to retrieve our arrows, would you say it was normally you get back half?
Did I say that? I don't think
I
you
don't.
retrieve
That's why I'm
arrows.
at that. That's why I
No,
said that. I said
No.
that with a question mark tone.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean you're in the woods, so like if you want to spend like 20 minutes, you might get an arrow or two back, but it's
Okay.
probably
Can I at least just go
not
get my
ideal.
axe?
Your axe you can get, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get my axe and then go back to the obelisk and start trying to decipher.
Okay. Yeah, you guys mostly
Any-
had it together. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, Zinnia wants to like look over these bodies. Like, she's just trying to study like anything different about these. You know, something she might be able to report back to her temple later on, because
Yep.
these are strange oons she's never seen before.
Yeah, 100%. They are their skin. It's almost like they've been dipped in copper, giving them you realize great resistance to attacks. And they also, well, you've seen this before, probably, or at least heard of it, but they're trained, which Samoon are. Samoon are mostly just like brainless, well, not brainless, but just simple fighters. These guys are actually trained fighters. And they are wearing very, very light, like besides their copper skin, just to kind of complement it, they're wearing this like very light copper chainmail that would only really give you armor class of leather armor if you wanted to wear it. And they do have short spears.
Okay, and this is
Oh.
meta knowledge. I don't know if Zinnia would know it. I know that oon have like cyanide capsules in their teeth. Like if they get captured, they'll swallow it. Does Zinnia actually know about that?
No,
Okay.
I don't think that you would know that. You would know that they sometimes die, whatever, but you wouldn't know exactly how that works. Like if you don't know exactly how they do it. But they did not do that. I mean, these guys fought to the death. They didn't. When you've heard of that happening before, that's generally when one's a spy and they're trying to be captured. So
Yeah.
They did not attempt anything like that. But yeah, you guys look at that's good. The good information. You guys look at the obelisks and kind of look at the runes. You kind of put it together. You walk around. Oh, it starts here. That kind of thing. And you interpret that it says the following: Sleep, crustaceous one, and do not let the storms disturb you.
Rickhild is going to walk over to Panesta, and she reaches out to put her hand on Panesta's shoulder to ask her if she's okay from the battle. And as soon as she touches her shoulder, she lets out a gasp. In her mind, she sees herself back into this cannery shop of her singing in front of this man who's working and showing her stuff. And she has no recollection of this memory as she almost begins to faint. But she comes back to the location and she goes, "You did say you were okay. I took a few hits, but you're okay?"
I took a hit, but I'm okay. She looks at Brickhild. Are you okay? Really?
Yes, that thing was a little harder than I thought it would be, but it seems they have some type of tougher armor than we've encountered before.
You sure did. With everybody stumbling over themselves, I had this weird vision of Lachlan tripping into a pig pen full of mud. Isn't that funny? I don't think I never saw that happen, but it just became clear.
Bricchio doesn't say anything. She looks at Panesta because she knows that what she just said happened when she was a child, when they pulled a trick on Lachlan and they set up a trap for him to trip into a pig pen face first in the mud. But she knows that she's never shared that story with Panesta, and she goes, "Oh, well, that would have been a funny thing to see for sure. He was a good companion."
He was strange what the mind conjures under stress. And I'll kind of give a little smile.
I think Dougal's problem, it seems, would be this enlargement. I don't think he handles it well. He should just try to stay his regular size.
Maybe, you get too big, you get unwieldy.
Indeed. All right. Well, this seems like a good place to take a break. You've interpreted the, for better or for worse, I guess. you've interpreted the writings on the obelisk, and clearly you were being set up for an ambush here by these much better trained Un. So let's take a break. Back. Okay, we are back. The copper oon have been laid to rest, we'll say, and the obelisks have been explored and deciphered. And yeah, so what do you guys want to do now?
It would appear that these obelisks mean something to those things down below. They had these guards that were watching them, knowing that and seeing us come up here. I wish that invisible wizard that we have, I wonder if he has something powerful enough he could destroy these things.
Well, I did hear what you just said, and I do not. I have nothing. But, however, perhaps Xenia knows something about what we just read here. What do you know
Well,
about crustaceous ones? You know that there are crab people, and you've told me in the past about some of these crab men creatures. Do you think they might have something to do with what we just read?
I mean, if it says crustaceous ones, I have a hard time believing it's anything other than crabmen. I have a quick question about these stone pillars, because there's multiple of them, right?
There are 20 of them. They're evenly spaced.
Like, so is the lightning, is it like bouncing between the pillars? Or is it like just running up and down each individual pillar?
It's it's uh it's in each individual pillar. It's crackling with spidery white energy is how it's written. So it's inside each pillar. They're like
Okay. Zinnia would like to take an arrow, and she wants to just like shoot it between pillars, and she wants to see like if the lightning at all arcs off and like hits the arrow while it's in the air.
okay. So you're just gonna shoot between the pillars, like trying to get it to the other side, or do you want to hit a pillar?
No, she's just gonna like shoot it to the other side.
Okay, so it just goes through the circle. Fair enough. Um, yep, you do that. If I'm understanding what it is that you want to, that you're curious happens, it does not. Nothing. I won't say nothing happens, but because you never want a DM to say that. No, you shoot it between, and no, it does not arc. The arrow just shoots to the other side.
Yeah, I don't know anything about these pillars though. I just don't get a good feeling from them.
Well, Xenia, perhaps you could enlighten us a little bit more about these crab men. We've heard so much about them, but if you could describe to us what they are like, that would be great.
Uh, yes, of course I can. Let me just look back, think back for a moment in my mind. It's been a while since the temple and studying these crabmen.
After
Uh,
all, your information about the Migo have perhaps saved some of us. Some of us.
yes, unfortunately, we have lost some. Uh, well, I know that crabmen, that they are they're very large. They can carry gauntlets that have laser rifles with their claw.
Laser rifles.
Yes, and the like the inside they're built so that they're inside of the claw itself.
How large are these creatures? I mean, you said they're large, but are they the size of this whole thing? And he, by the way, if you can't see my arms, I'm pointing at all those pillars.
I could tell by the or like by your inflection, but yes, I mean like they're large creatures. I don't know what
Gargantuan.
large is by size, but like meta, they're large size.
Yeah, I
Gargantuan.
mean,
You're
no, I mean they're not gonna. I mean, I'll tell you because you would know this. So if you think about like Crabman's like head, yeah, let me show you a picture of Crabman. There it goes. Find a picture of the Crabman. There it is. Share screen. Okay. Okay, so the head of the crabman, like this diameter, is about 3 to 4 feet. So if you extrapolate, it's probably like only about 6 or 7 feet tall, but it's about equally wide with its legs. You know, and its arms are huge. So it's big. It's a big thing. But it's not gargantuan. It's large. Make sense?
So Xenia, what you're saying is you're saying that the crabmen are about 2 or 3 times as big as Dougal is right now.
I would say they're probably as big as Dougal is right now, because I believe Dougal's large right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they're big, and you should really be careful of those laser rifles because they shoot very quickly.
Are those sort of like what those Migos were shooting?
Not quite as deadly. I've never seen one disintegrate someone, but then again, I've never seen Copper Oon, so be ready for anything.
How are they related, these Migos and the crabmen?
I
Perhaps,
can't really say.
well, you're the expert on these creatures. What about you, Panesta? You're a bard. You could tell us a little bit more about what we're facing.
Before you get into that, Vanessa, we're not here for history lessons right now. What do you think about these obelisks, and do you think we should try to bring them down or just leave them?
Well, I think bringing them down would take a lot because if they're made out of the same stuff as the goat or those doors we encountered, we needed special things to do any kind of damage. Remember? So
Yes.
it would take a lot of use of magic and magic weapons. And there's 20 of them and they're pretty big. I think it would take a lot. I do think they're, obviously they're evil in some way, but I don't know if it's worth taking the time to destroy them. I don't know what their purpose is. And
I don't mean to interject, but I do not think it's wise to destroy these pillars because obviously from what we translated, they seem like some sort of war to keep these crabmen asleep or in stasis.
well,
That is my conjecture.
I don't know if it's crabmen that are asleep because I think there have been we haven't seen any, but I think there are some that are around that the other the people worship, the different colored people, the ones who have the red and stuff on their skin in the town. They worship the crabmen. This one says sleep crustaceous one, which makes me think it's some kind of
A giant crabman?
giant crabman or maybe some sort of demigod. So if we destroy the pillars, we might awaken some sort of demigod, which would not be off-brand for us. Let's be honest.
The reason why I ask whether if you understand the relationship between the Migos and these crabmen is because obviously these pillars seem like they were built by the Migos.
Maybe the Migo.
Perhaps.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Maybe the Migo don't want him to awake either. Although I don't know because it says do not let the storms disturb you. I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just was all I was gonna say was of the history I know, I don't know anything of the Migo and the Crabmen ever working together. Legends say that the Crabmen are from a completely different planet, though they do build their homes underground. So,
Are they at war with each other?
I mean, it doesn't seem by it. Like Panesta pointed out, this says, "Do not let the storms disturb you."
Well, we're here to look for our treasures, the Lost Treasure of Atlantis. And I'm here to look for some wonderful magic. And I don't think that involves waking up a giant demigod of a crabman. Do you?
I mean, no, probably not. And I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking. What do the rest of you think?
I think that if you're looking for magic, the very nature of magic means that you have no idea what it could involve waking up. but I really haven't been involved in this situation too long to be able to hedge much of an opinion. I barely know what you guys are even here for.
Speaking of that, Rivna, do you think you can, from here, maybe you could lead us to where you found those small boats, and we could take a look at those, and if they're used as some kind of transport from some other island or somewhere they're coming from.
That should not be a problem.
That would maybe something that we would want to, if we know they're being used by these Migo or these Un creatures that's serving them, maybe it would be best to destroy these small boats.
I have some questions about those locals that we encountered before. The one that Xenia has met, fighting that giant bird. They may know a little bit more about the, the origins of these pillars. And I suspect they're the ones that have been using these canoes that you apparently stole, Rebna.
Well, I suppose if we go to the canoes, we might find somebody.
You can give them back their little boat if you feel that strongly about it.
Oh, I don't feel strongly about anything. I just think that they won't be too happy that one of their boats missing.
Well, why don't you continue to stay the way you are and fly overhead and see if there's anything on the way to the shoreline that we should know about.
Yep, good idea.
Good idea. But how long has it been since I cast the spell? I don't know. And then he shoots up into the air.
Looking at the sky. You would estimate it's been about an hour.
Yeah.
So you got a little more time.
He surveys the area and he takes his companion bat out, which is also invisible, and say, Bruce, I gotta tell you, some of these people, I thought that by losing fortune, our fortune would change, but look at Dougal. He's been trying to hit that creature for how many times? And he continues to fly over and tries to look for those boats.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you move faster than they move on foot. So you're able to, but you probably check back periodically. And yeah, you move over to that section H, which is maybe a half a mile, a little more than half a mile through the, probably like 3/4 of a mile through the woods. That shouldn't take you too long. And let's go ahead and roll you can roll a d6. Yeah, they're there.
We're here, and for once we didn't run into anything dangerous.
Oh no, he's there.
Oh, sorry.
But since you rolled, since you mentioned that, go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. 3.
Oh yeah, okay. Now go ahead. Now that statement is true.
Yeah, I realized that I've been talking while I was muted. Yeah, he goes over there and he says, "Oh, I found 4 boats," and he tries to fly back to report to the rest of the party what he's found.
Yeah, you're able to move over, and actually, once you get over there, and as Crystal said, you don't encounter anything for once. You see the 4 boats, but actually, because since you're coming from the wood line, you can actually see that Ranger would definitely pick this up. It looks like some trees had been felled, and there was kind of looks like some of the growth is new. So you're kind of looking around, and you can see that further back, like off the shore and kind of stashed in the woods, are actually 2 sailboats. They're not like big sailboats, like they're not like your boat, clearly, but they're definitely big enough that you could traverse the ocean with them if you were a good sailor or if you had to. There's 2 of them, 2 sailboats, and then of course you do find the 3 canoes because they are One was taken by your compatriot earlier.
Would we know anything by looking at these sailboats about the craftsmanship and possibly who would have made them? Or
A flag or
unlike,
something, perhaps? Yeah.
oh, like okay, yeah. Unlike the canoes, the boats look like they're made in like we'll call it civilized lands, like by what you would consider to you a contemporary building technique. They are a little beat up and seem to be a bit old. And as you're looking around, you do find actually one of them. It doesn't have a flag on it, but it is marked where the it's a named boat, and you recognize the name as a Pictish name, whatever that name might be. So you would assume that this boat was not from this island per se. And like I said, they're a small boat that you probably want to keep the shore in sight when you're sailing, which you could have maybe done that to get out here, except for the last 3 days. So how they got out here, either they had really good sailors or they got lost. But either way, they're we'll call them abandoned right now. Although you can tell by the way they're sitting that they're not like none of the foliage has grown up into them. They're definitely like kept here on purpose, but hidden.
Zinnia, these Migo creatures, they had no value or use for using these ships to bring these oons here, would they?
I don't believe so. I mean, I think that the oon, they grow themselves, if I'm not mistaken. And they raise them to be oon.
Well, we go back then to either the man we met on the cliffs, the kind of druidic type man. Maybe it's some of his people, or there are pirates that have come here, or there could be who knows.
Well, the words are Pictish, and I know that sometimes the Pictish, they worship crabmen, so maybe that's why they're here.
Maybe.
I suspect they have brought some sacrifices. Because that's what they do, those darn Pictish crab worshippers.
Yeah, it's possible.
I guess we could sit up until nightfall and see if anyone comes back to this area.
Sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the treasure that we're after? The Lost Treasures of Atlantis?
Ragnar
Oh.
raises an eyebrow.
I mean, you got a sweet belt, Ika.
True, but I suspect there's some great magic hidden beneath this place.
That could be true.
You did get a laser sword. That was definitely Atlantean.
And just because we're seeing who's on these ships doesn't mean we can't, still look for the treasure. We need to figure out what's going on.
Speaking of treasures, whatever happened to that crystal orb that we recovered from beneath? Do we still have it back at the ship?
Yes, we do.
Good. Have we an extra pistol that I may perhaps try and study?
I look at Brighild like, do we want to give him a disintegration pistol?
Yeah, she listens to the voice of Eka as he says that, and then when you look at her, Vanessa, she looks at you and she looks back towards where the voice comes from, and she goes, "We'll worry about that when we get back to the ship. Right now, there's more important matters."
Yeah. So you're gonna set up like a hidden area close by so you can see if anything comes to the boats.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
But I would also say to Eka that the crystal orb is only usable for magicians, so if he wants it, it's his. we can't. Nobody else can use it, I don't think. So
Wise words. Wise words indeed, Panesta.
Yeah, I believe that you are correct about that. It might be magician subclasses too. I'm not sure, but magicians for sure.
yeah.
And again, he's the only one, even of a magician subclass. Okay, very cool. Good plan. Yep.
And Brickhill is also going to suggest to Revna. Yeah, Revna, seeing your skills earlier, you seemed like that you like to sneak around yourself. Do you think maybe you could go out on the outskirts here and find you a hiding spot and catch anybody that's coming up before they see us?
I mean, that part's pretty easy. It appears that my bow is not with me today, but if I catch one coming up to you, what would you have me do?
Well, I think it would be best if they're human that we try to catch them so we can speak with them and find out what they know and what they are doing here.
So you want me to take them prisoner? Or do you just want me to alert you, or?
If you think you can take them prisoner by yourself, go right ahead. I mean, we will not be far from you, and if you need our help.
Okay.
I'd be willing to help.
No, it would probably be best for you to stay back, Dougal.
Okay. Just offering.
Well, practice with your club some more, maybe.
Well, if I'm to subdue one, he is a beefy lad. And she looks over at Dougal and she says, if you see me struggling with one, do come along and perhaps throw him to the ground to subdue him.
Okay. I can do that.
I'm not of an imposing size like my blonde friend here, and she motions toward Brighild.
Yes, one of us will come and assist you if Dougal doesn't slip and fall.
Ouch.
Okay, yeah. So you guys set up a some hidden spots to watch this area, and the newest member of the party kind of breaks off a little bit separate and kind of hides, looking for a possible ambush. Go ahead and roll a d6 there, Rush.
Alright. Whoops. Shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
I popped my character screen out and then it got all wanky. Okay, there we go.
Nice. Okay, so you are sitting waiting. It hadn't taken to by now. Ekka's no longer flying. You've been waiting several hours. It's like midday now. Remember that the sun sets pretty early. In fact, the sun rose at 8:05, but it's about noontime now. It's going to set around 4 o'clock, so it's not dark yet. But half the day's gone past, and you're kind of you're in the woods, but you guys are kind of close to the shoreline, and all of a sudden it seems like it's gotten very dark, and you hear in the distance the sound of like just a rainstorm just ripping across the water, moving towards you. You see some lightning flashing in the distance, and then you see that the sky above you starts to light up with a kind of this like reddish brown kind of warm light. Like it's unclear where it's coming from, but like you're looking off in the distance and everything's dark and stormy and lightning, and like all around you, almost like it's coming from just above the island, but of course you can't see it because you're in trees. There's this extreme like reddish brown light, and the rain is just pouring down. If you wanted to try to see what was causing it, you could go out onto the beach, or you could stand under the trees, obviously, where it might be safe. I mean, who knows?
Are these canoes, are they like big enough we could like get up under them, climb under them?
For protection?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 6-person canoes. They're pretty big.
Yeah, that's what Bricky was going to suggest to the rest of them that's there.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and the rain's just beating down, and then there's like a handful of like just terrible lightning strikes, seemingly on the island. You can actually feel the island shake, and then as if like it never happened, the rain passes. The whole thing takes maybe a total of like 20 minutes, and you're absolutely drenched from the downpour. Even if you were undercover at first, but luckily it's not too cold. It's about 70 degrees out, so it's not too bad to be wet.
So
and then
Eka would have been studying the direction in which the lightning was striking. Is it in the general direction of where the pillars were?
No, it seemed like it was further up the island, like
Okay.
like towards the cliff face on the other side.
All right.
Because you're pretty close to the pillars, you would definitely recognize that. But it was pretty extreme, you know. And I mean, it doesn't take a magician, but certainly you're a magician, to know that there was something probably unnatural about it, the way it came in.
Yeah, Ekka's invisible form like nudges Dougal and says, "Dougal, I sense something completely unnatural. Perhaps you would like to investigate what was causing that up the shore."
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'll go check it out.
From what I could tell, it was coming from the northern part of the island. Perhaps
Yeah.
we could ask Xenia, because she has better sense of direction than I.
Yes, I could lead us there. Is that
Okay.
where everyone wants to go?
I'm going to sit here and continue to watch the area where Revna is hiding in case she needs help, in case someone shows up.
I'll stay with Brig and Revna.
Yeah, I don't think it's wise to split up the party.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Let's just stay here for now. We can see what's happening over there, if anything, some other point.
Well, let's gather around within 10 feet of Xenia for a little while, shall we? I'll make sure that everyone is unseen.
Okay.
If you keep
Okay,
throwing these invisibility spells out left and right, you're not going to have any left for when we really need them.
Oh, don't worry about it. My little friend here, he knows whenever I forget a few things. By the way, the familiar gives him 1 extra spell per level.
Yeah.
Yep. So he pats his invisible bat on his shoulder, and he casts Invisibility Hemisphere. So everyone within the 10-foot radius of Xenia is now invisible.
Right.
And
in
he says,
with that spell, they can see each other too.
yeah. And he tells you, well, as you can see each other, but remember to keep close to Xenia, because once you step away from her more than 10 steps, then you'll be seen again.
Can we see Echo too now?
No, because Ekka's
No,
got a
he's
different
under
spell
a
on.
different. Yep.
Yeah. Anybody in the invisibility hemisphere can see each other until they step out, obviously. But invisibility straight up does not do that. Because he didn't cast it on himself, he cast it on Xenia. I'm gonna say, did Revna also move up, or you're staying back where you were hidden, right?
Yeah, I didn't move up there.
Okay, good.
I'm
Okay,
hiding
how
in
long
the
do you
bush.
get? How long? Let's take one more random. Go ahead, Revna. Roll a d6 for me. Rush. Let's see if anything else happens before the thing that happens.
I got a
It's
5.
actually Yeah, it's pretty quiet. I mean, apparently sitting in one spot is probably good for you as you're wandering around hitting stuff left and right.
Mhm.
How long do you want to wait here? Like, just until something happens? Till do you want to stay here till sunset? Do you want to leave early enough so you can get back to the boat before it's dark?
Riccio would have suggested to at least stay till darkfall. If the others agreed or not.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, perfect.
Duke was fine with that.
Hey, Daniel.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. So I don't know if I can do this while we're in the hemisphere, but the track concealment, it says that while we're in the wilderness, I can obscure the track of a number of companions equal to the ranger's level of experience. But our maximum speed gets halved. I was wondering if I could cover up our tracks that we've been around this area.
Yeah, you could have done that before you. I mean, you guys
Okay.
set up like basically an ambush. We'll assume you did that. That makes sense. Ranger would definitely do that. So yeah, you've kind of made it set up so that it doesn't look like you've been here. And yeah, the sun's starting to set, and you're thinking, okay, well, maybe happily nothing's come out. And then you hear movement coming down the beach. You guys had walked through the woods because you took the most direct path from the obelisk, but whoever is coming now must have maybe possibly come out of that path, and they're walking down the beach in your direction. And you see them. I want to see which ones they are. These guys are. Any of you know what Cthulhu? No, I'm just kidding. Looks like. You see this thing? No, I'm just kidding. It's not. Coming down the beach. Sorry, I scrolled the wrong direction. Okay. So that's good. Just want to see how many. You see, a dozen, I would say. Oh no, 9. You see 9. No, 6. Sorry, I'm adding things together. You see 6 more of these creatures that you fought earlier. They have that kind of very, very super lightweight copper chainmail on. They're holding spears. These guys also have. They actually have 2 spears each. So they've got they're holding them in their hands like this, and they also have shields and copper helmets on. And there's 6 of them, and they're moving towards the boat area. Of course, you're invisible.
Yeah, Riccio is going to whisper out to the ones in their radius that are invisible, goes, let's not do anything. Let's see. We will not be able to interrogate or speak with them anyways. So let's see what they do and what they're up to.
I agree.
Okay. I mean, unfortunately, well, Revner, you were in the woods, right? So they actually aren't going past you. They're going on the shore. So, I mean, you probably see them out there, but I don't know if you want to get out of your hiding spot. I don't know if that was your plan or not.
Nope. Once she sees her 6, she's just going to sit there and watch.
Okay, yeah, they move forward. You guys have moved away from the canoes by now. You're not hiding under them because it's not raining anymore. And they basically come up and they roll the canoes over, because they were, of course, the other way, so you get under them. And one of them goes up to the woods and kind of starts to pull some. They were under some bushes. Starts to pull some oars, and they're loading their gear into the canoes. It looks like they're going to take 2 of them in each of the canoes. They do. I'm using the word "speak" very loosely because they don't actually talk. They kind of just use symbols, but you can tell that they seem like they're using their hands and stuff. But you can see that they've noticed that one of the canoes is missing. And then they take the 3 and they start to prep them.
Did you say they're loading stuff into it or not? I mean, besides their normal gear?
Just their gear. Yeah, they flip the canoes over and they put the shields and the spears and stuff into the canoe, and then they get the oars and then they kind of start pushing them towards the water. And yeah, if you don't do anything, they just get out in the water and you see them start to paddle and they start to head to the basically going around the southern part of the island.
Eka, is there anything that you can do to continue to fly or have your friend fly and follow him?
Allow me. I will go ahead and. Yes. And then he starts like mumbling, and all of a sudden he's flying once again. He says, "I'll be back," and he continues to fly and trail them, basically.
Okay. Everybody's gonna wait for him to come back.
Yep.
We hope he
sounds good to me.
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Revna's
All right,
just sitting
so-
there confused because everybody's gone.
Right. Yeah, they're all invisible. You're thinking they're hiding too. Nobody did anything. Okay, so just to speed it up, unless somebody's going to do anything. So he's gone for a while. Because essentially what these guys do is they circle around, the island, see where they're headed. And they are attacking your boat.
Uh-oh.
So, the boat is being... Does Eka want to involve himself in this combat? Otherwise, you guys can be the sailors as you defend the boats against the... Yes, you can. Bananas are good for you.
Yes. Yeah, so he is not going to fight, but he is going to fly back as quickly as possible. Flight is... I guess it's 60, movement of 60, but I was reading charge attack on even, flying creatures, and you can double the movement. I don't know whether if that causes exhaustion.
That's just a short period of time, though. You can't charge for a 3-mile flight.
Yeah.
I mean, look how far away you are. You're actually, if you do the most direct route, you're probably just about exactly 2 miles away. So, yeah, it's going to take you a while to fly back. I mean, even I don't know what the pace of 60 is. We probably could figure it out. I think that's 18 miles a day, which would be about 1 mile per hour. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? No, not 1 mile per hour. That would be 2 miles per hour, 3 miles per hour, we'll say. So if we were to make you, let's say it's going to take you 15 minutes to fly back. That seems legit. It might be shorter than that, but either way, it's, unless you can teleport everybody there, you're not going to be able to get back to the ship before this combat ends. So.
Oh, brother. Basically, he's going to... Man. How many crew members are there?
2 died, right? So 7.
Yeah, if he sees the boat, that these wounds are heading over there towards the boat, he's actually going to try and, outpace them and get to the boat before they do. And he's going to try and alert them that the wounds are approaching. And I'm going to have the crew basically sail around to where the crew members are. I mean, the party members are.
Oh, you want them to try to get the boat and sail? Ooh, I don't. You know what? I'm not sure you would know that's what they were doing until they were pretty close to the boat.
Yeah, but if I see the wound and these guys are actually rowing towards the boat, then definitely, I mean, as soon as I see our boat, our ship, then he's gonna, try and alert them that these guys are coming along.
Okay, let me just see how fast a canoe can go. Actually, the canoe is the same speed as you. You can't outpace them. Their speed is 60. So you can get. I'll say you can get there slightly ahead, but not far enough in advance to warn them to fight off and warn them to try to. I mean, you can get them to try to move the boat, but that means they're not going to be defending the boat. So it's up to you how you want. Whatever you want to tell them. Well, also I'll give you like a few rounds. You can get ahead of them. You're smart enough to have figured out what they were doing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's an ocean canoe, but yeah, even the slowest boat, Barge River, is the only one that's 30. All of them are, rowboats are only 30, but it's a canoe, so it's a large canoe at that, so it's 60.
Yeah.
So what do you want to tell them on the ship here?
Eka's gonna, fly over there, and he's going to scream out to them, "We're being attacked! We're under attack! Sail away from them! Don't engage them! Just try to outpace them as quickly as you can!" And he's gonna yell.
Okay. I mean, your ship is faster, but of course they weren't ready to go. So what we'll do is, since there's 6 of them, actually there's 3. We'll say there's 3 boats. So roll a d3, and that'll be how many of these small canoes catch the boat before it takes off. That's how many of the Un you'll need to engage.
Okay. I got a quick question for you. For the invisibility spell, is there a specific
You're also
size?
screaming. You're also screaming invisibly onto the boat. So
Yeah.
I'm being super nice, allowing the crew to actually do something. They don't know you. You're new. You're screaming invisibly.
Yeah.
So yeah. What was the question though? Sorry.
I want to find out whether if the invisibility spell could hide anything, like the
Oh, like a boat?
yeah.
I think that
probably
it's too
can't.
big.
No,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's probably too big. You just have to be holding it. So unless you could pick the boat up, no. Although I think it does say an object, but I feel like that's too big. I'm gonna say no to that.
I think it specifically says a creature.
Oh, does it? You
Because
can't.
because remember I was going to make that invisibility object spell.
Yes, you are correct. Yep, and that's probably why, because people will be turning castles invisible, which would be awesome, but I think that's a bit much. That would be pretty awesome, though. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to say that this crew has been around for a while, and they know that they're in tough waters, and people died. So I'll say that they'll respond to you calling because you've been walking around the boat invisible for 2 days. But yeah, 1d3 of those canoes are going to hit the boat.
Okay, so let me roll. What do you
And
want
then,
me
of
to roll?
course, a d3, and each canoe has 2 people on it. So yeah, try to get a 1. 2. Okay.
2.
So 4 of these guys are going to get to the boat basically before it takes off against the 6 sailors that are there, plus you, if you want to stay and fight. Of course, you need all your sailors to sail the boat. So if they turn around to fight back, I mean, they're going to have to stop essentially at some point. We could say the 2 of them that aren't engaged, we can try to move the boat out as best as they can. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, who wants to be an Un? 2 of you guys can be Uns, and the other 4 can be.
I'll be a noon. That's fine.
I'll be a noon.
All right, so you guys get to be Uns. Tony and Crystal are going to be. You get to be 2 Uns each, and the the rest of you can be 2 crew each, because there's 3 more of you, and then plus Ekka's there if he wants to do anything. All right, so the crew are just basically level 0 mercenaries. So we'll just call them first level fighters as far as attacking. And unfortunately, the Un are 3rd level fighters. So, guys, you're a little outgunned unless your wizard steps up to help. So, all right. The Un have to climb up. So I'm going to give the players the first round. So I'm just going to you have spears, basically. So the first player would be, hold on, who's an Un? Tony and Crystal, right? So Panesta.
Yep.
Your 2 sailors have spears, and you see these things climbing up the side of the boat. Go ahead and do your best.
Yeah, against their coppery self.
They're the coppery guys. Yeah, they're pretty tough.
Yeah. Okay. So just
If
roll.
only there was a wizard there to help you. Yep. Go ahead and make an attack. Their arm class is 3. You're gonna need a. Let's see. You're there. You're a 1-hit die. You're gonna need a 16 to hit them.
Okay. My first guy misses.
Oh, good.
And my second guy misses.
Yeah, okay.
They just glance off their copper skin.
Yeah, and you guys have 9 hit points each. You can just track it.
By the way, because they're climbing up, we're on higher ground, so we get +1 to attack.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
that still
Yes,
wouldn't have mattered. I rolled an 11 and a 5, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so just keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, that's true. You're out there on higher ground. Rush, your sailors. Do your best.
All right, hold on.
Yep. And since the boat is underway because it started going, if you roll any critical hits, there's a chance you might knock them off the boat and stuff like that.
So I'm just rolling
So
d20s.
D20 plus 1, or you can just roll a D20 and add 1 to it. Whatever's easiest way.
All right.
Oh, there you go. That's a hit.
What's the
I guess
damage?
they probably have long spears on the boat, I'm guessing. So long spears, two-handed. Not a great spear, but a long spear. Spear long, two-handed, D8 damage. Oh my god! And they have damage reduction. So yeah, it's a good solid hit, but yeah, it deflects off their thick skin. Unfortunately, they don't have their shields up yet, so their armor class is 4, I should say. All right, second guy, same thing, Rush.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, crew. You got this.
Sorry, I walked away. I'm helping my son out who's not feeling well. D20. It's all right. Nobody can be. Blam!
Okay, I think that hits. That you need a 16, I said, right? All right, give me a D8. Come on.
Well,
There you go. All right, that's not bad. I mean, they have damage reduction, but that's hey, something.
it's something.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, go ahead and your 2 souls. Come on, you are the best roller ever.
There we go.
Boom. Okay, you knock your guy off into the water. He's gone. 1 oon gone. Natural 20 off the boat. Yep. Boosh. He splashes in the water. And copper guys can't really swim very well, as you might imagine. Nice. That one misses, unfortunately, though.
Yep.
But okay, that's pretty good. Eka, did you want to do anything besides watch the crew fight so far?
Yeah, he's going to actually strengthen one of the crew members.
Okay.
They're fighters, right?
They're first level fighters. Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna pick one of them that looks the largest, and he's gonna cast strengthen,
Okay. So,
and that will give him a 2d6 to their strength.
all right, so I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who got it.
2d6.
They just have average strength, I'm assuming. No, I'm just gonna roll a d6 to see who got it. So Nikki's fighter got it. Her second fighter got it.
Okay.
So let me
now
roll
I gotta look up.
2d6 and see
Yeah.
what they get. 7 plus 7 to the strength.
Oh, nice. That's got to be an
And-
18 strength. We're just going to give you an 18 strength on that one guy, Nick.
Nice.
I
Okay.
have no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the
I mean,
point?
he's a fighter.
you know?
He's got to have at least, he's got to have at least an 11 strength. Okay. However, that is now the end of your turn. So there's 3 oons, 2 of which are controlled by Tony, and unfortunately, Crystal, one of yours fell in the water. So Tony, you are attacking.
All
They
right.
get no bonus, I don't think, to hit. So just straight D20, but they are 3 hit die.
D20, okay.
Yep.
And let's see, 2 of them. One of them rolled a
Yep.
2, and one of them rolled an 18.
Oh, well, the 18 is definitely going to hit. So they're climbing, so they can only really hold the spear in their one hand. So short spear one handed is D6.
Yep, 4 on the D6.
Nice. Okay. Oh crap! I don't know how many hit points people have. Let me just quickly look up these mercenaries. They haven't had to fight yet, so I never. Where's the?
While he's looking that up, I'd like to point out the importance of DM language. Crystal's playing one of the bad guys, and unfortunately, one of hers fell in the water. Just gonna leave that there for you for a minute.
Well, all I'm saying is that Crystal
Yeah,
would like to
yeah,
fight
we-
with it.
We know what you're saying.
Crystal didn't get a chance to use her fighter. I feel bad, Where did I have their stats? I had them somewhere before. All right, well, they're first level fighters. So that's a fighter gets a D10, right? I'll just roll their hit points. Or you can just roll the hit point. Whose fighter was it? It was Nikki's? Nikki, it was it was the same guy that just got strengthened. Roll a D10 to see how many hit points they have and see if they die from this.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Sounds good to me.
Come on. Have more than 4.
7.
Okay, you got 3 points left on that guy.
Okay.
All right. And Crystal, you've got one Oon coming up the side, stabbing at these people.
Okay. AC 4
Yeah,
for 7
that's gonna hit.
damage.
They don't have any armor on. 7 damage. 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 7 dam Hold on. Why'd you roll for yourself? Oh, you made an Oon character?
Yeah, I just put in melee weapon Un.
All right, but how did you figure out what it hits?
I said there are 3 hit die, right?
Yeah, but doesn't it use your fighting ability when you do that?
Oh yeah, I forgot it would actually add that mod. Well, let's see. I
Yeah, it's
rolled
fine.
a.
What'd you roll?
Let's see. It rolled a 6. It rolled a 6.
Okay, 6 doesn't hit nothing.
Okay,
Okay, yeah. So you
my
missed.
bad. I'll
No,
delete.
I mean, I would put a 7 hit die Oon against it, but Rush already thinks I'm being too harsh.
I'm not thinking nothing. I'm just pointing out the Freudian slip there is all.
I just want Crystal to fully enjoy the encounter.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
it's fun.
Yeah, so the boat's moving out into the ocean, being steered only by 2 guys, which is not ideal, but or by no guys currently because you're all fighting. And we come into the next round. So I mean, everybody's just doing melee, so it doesn't really matter. Go ahead. You guys can roll off against each other. Tony and Nikki both roll a d6 for initiative. The highest roll wins.
Okay.
Out of 1.
3.
All right, good. Sailors go first. Go for it. If you still have 2 living sailors, make
I
2
do,
attacks.
yes. Okay. One of them has 18 strength, so I get the.
Nice.
But I rolled a 10 and a 3, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, the 3's not going to hit anything. Okay, no, definitely not. Yeah, he's very strong, but he missed. Okay, then we're down to a Rush. Your sailors. Make a couple of attacks with them.
Bringing my sailors.
Come on, sailors.
Come on, sailor boy. All right, here we go.
Well, you're doing surprisingly well, all things considered.
Yeah. D20 plus 1.
Okay, now. One more?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, you know, I could pretend like I'm looking up if the 6 hits anything, but I know it doesn't.
I don't know why. I don't know why my brain just locked down there for a minute.
No, it's fun.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're not doing nothing on that round.
Oh man. Well, hold on. Let's see if we can get if Mike's sailors can do anything.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we're gonna compete for those. Whoa.
Oh, well, you went first, so they're not all the way to the top yet. So I think you could still get that +1, and I think that's what you needed was a 16, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what you
Yeah,
said
that
when I
hits.
swung.
Yep.
That
So I'll
hits.
count that as a hit. Yep. Give me a
D6.
3. Okay, and they got 2 points of damage reduction, unfortunately. So okay. So it only takes 1 point of damage. However, that's better than nothing. Okay, so these sailors are trying to fend you off, but you're tough Oons, right? So Tony, go ahead and make your attacks against these sailors.
All right. The first one is going to miss again. He rolled another 2.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
and the second one rolled an 18.
Ooh, that's hitting somebody. All right, let me roll randomly because I'm just assuming this is a big cluster.
It'll be 4 points.
Okay, so the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3. It'll be Rush's second sailor. So roll your hit points, Rush, if you haven't already, and then subtract 4 from that. D10 for hit points.
D10.
Yep, roll a D10. Get more than 4. Okay, good. Yeah. So mark down that your second sailor has he has 7 hit points, but he lost 3. I lost 4 rather. And Crystal, with your 1 Oon. See what you got.
My Un's gonna give it all it's got. Ooh, an 18
Oh.
to hit. That'll hit armor class -1.
Ow.
Indeed, it will. Okay.
For
let's roll
6
randomly.
points of damage.
Oh boy. Oh, that's Nikki's first sailor. Roll hit points for your first sailor. Nikki.
Okay. 5.
Okay, they're dead.
Yep.
1 sailor killed by an Oon, and then I'm going to say the Oon are on top. However, I did skip over Eka for some reason. Did you want to do something else, Eka?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast. Darn it. I'm gonna cast Invisibility on one of the sailors, the one that was, one that has the 18 strength.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But just know that they're engaged with this thing, so it'll get a -4 to hit it, but it's still going to be able to attack it because.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
he
mean, it
also
knows
gets
it's there.
I guess for that one shot, he's gonna get +4 to hit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So that's that round. So let's roll initiative again. So Crystal against Rush. Both roll d6s.
You see how he's trying to get us to fight each other.
I do.
I'm not just trying.
I didn't notice that.
Nat 1 on for me.
Oh, fantastic.
So that means I don't even have to bother, right? I'm just kidding.
Oh, you could also get a 1. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yes. That's all you need. All right. Nikki, with your 1 fighter. You got 3 oons carving at the side of the boat.
All right, I'm gonna take another shot here.
You
Come
get
on,
+4
you got
to
this.
hit, by the way.
Yeah,
Plus
+4
4,
hit,
okay.
plus, and you remember you got the +3 because you're 18 strength.
Ooh, that'll work with 15 plus all that. I'm sure that'll
She's
hit.
playing one of the
Yeah.
good guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's a good guy. Yeah. Fantastic. Roll damage. Remember that the 18 gets damage bonus as well.
Yep. What do we have? A spear?
You have a long spear, 2-handed,
Okay.
I guess at this point, which is
Okay.
D8.
D8. That's right. Got it.
What if you'd have pipes
Whatever.
instead? Doesn't matter.
I rolled an 8.
Hey, +3 with 18 strength,
Plus
right?
3.
So that's 11.
So 11. Yep.
All right, let me see who you hit. Let's see, roll D3 here. Okay, you hit Tony's, same guy hit before. Tony's second oon, 11 points, which amounts to 9 points. Wow, okay, Tony, your second oon is pretty hurt at this point. Nice, that was a good move. Okay, Rush, you're 2 sailors. You still have 2 left, right? Only 1 sailor
I
died so
do.
far.
Whoops. Oh, my
Okay.
God,
Nope.
dude.
Well, at least it's not a 1. Any critical hits and failures are going to probably almost certainly be man overboard at this point. One more.
Yep.
The boat's moving. Oh my God.
Oh,
Wow.
Bye-bye. All right, your guy falls off the side of the boat.
Is that number 1 or 2? I guess that would be 2, huh?
That'll be 2 because I was the one who made the attack, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, whoosh, over the side you go. Oh boy.
My last 3 rolls were 2, 1, 3, and 4.
Oh my God. So bad. Mike, you still have 2 sailors left. Don't lose this boat. Oh my God. Oh God.
No.
Or lose the
no.
boat, whatever you like. Eka, what would you like to do? You got 4 sailors left on the boat against 3 oon.
3 oons. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we still have that big guy or the strong
18
guy?
strength? Yeah.
Yeah. Is he hurt?
Are
Yes,
you
he
hurt?
is.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He only has 3 hit points left out of 7. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I could cast invisibility on him this round, then even if he loses the initiative, he shouldn't be targeted, I'm thinking.
Well, he can be because he's in combat, so just have a -4.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the middle of combat. They know where you are. It's like you disappear for a second, they're still stabbing at you.
Okay.
But you can definitely do that. Okay, good.
Yep, he's going to
awesome.
do that.
Okay, now you guys get to go. Tony, you have 2 oons.
all right. My 2. Okay.
Go for it.
Oh no. One of them is a 19, and the other one is
Oh.
a 12.
Well, that's probably going to hit something because, well, unless he's aiming at the invisible guy, because I'm rolling randomly here. So let me see. Invisible guy is roll D4.
-4. to
Yeah,
the invisible guy, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to see which one he was attacking, but no, he didn't. That was the first one was number 3, which would not be him. Oh man, actually, you doubled up. You hit the same guy twice, which was number 3, which is Mike's. No, you lost a guy, right, Mike? 1, 2. No, Rush lost a guy. So Mike's first guy. You got
Takes all that damage.
Takes all the damage.
8 damage.
Nice. Roll a
Yeah.
d10 to see how many hit points that guy had if you haven't already.
Oh, he's still kicking.
Oh,
Nice. Go Sailors. All right, hold on. That's sneaky.
It's one tough Lemurian.
Rush. Yeah, exactly. Mike, and this is Mike. Okay. You guys, you got this. You got this. I can feel it. And that's the end of that round. So, let's see. Nikki against Crystal. Roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
3.
6.
Oh no!
yeah, I rolled a
All
3.
right. They go on first. Okay. But that guy's invisible, which is nice. All right, go ahead, Tony. You got 2 attacks again.
man, I got to quit rolling high. But this is the highest rolls I've had all night for these guys.
Of course.
14 and a 17.
Yeah, those are both going to hit, unless one targets the invisible guy. Let me just see. The invisible guy is number 1. Nope, that was number 4, and number 2. Okay. So number 2, unfortunately, is in this case is now. Oh, hold on, I did that wrong. Rush has 2 guys, right? So your first guy, Rush.
No, I
And
only
number
have one
4.
guy.
Okay, so your guy, and then Mike's first guy.
All right, the first
So-
one will take 5 points of damage, and the second one takes 3.
All right, so that's Rush's guy, and then Mike's first guy.
He's
So
down.
my guy just took
Oh.
3.
No, your guy took 5, and
5.
Max took 3.
Okay.
Are you up still, Rush?
Yeah, I'm still. Actually, I am.
Nice.
Yep.
Tough Sailors. You guys got this.
This one is. That's for sure. Good
All right,
evening.
Crystal. You got one
Oh.
guy.
Sorry. All right. And I'm doing both hand attack. I roll a 14, which hits armor class 3.
Yeah, that definitely is. They're not wearing any armor. Okay, we'll roll a d6 to see who it targets.
Even like with 2 hands, I do 1 damage.
Really? That's against
Yeah.
Rush's one character, though. Does that kill him, or does he still up?
She did 1 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 damage.
No, he's still up.
Nice.
Nice. You have the toughest guy.
I do. I bet you I do. Because that's like the one good roll I've had.
Nice. Okay. Now it's on you guys. You got Nikki. You're fighting for your life here. There's 3 of these guys left. One of them is pretty seriously wounded.
Yeah, I'll go after him. Let's see.
Okay.
This is the guy with the strength bonus.
Come on, strength bonus, dude.
Yeah, that's another 15. So he hits because with the bonuses.
Yep.
So
Do some
D8.
damage.
Yep.
Yay.
5 plus 3 is 8.
That's enough. All right.
Okay.
Your second guy, Tony, goes down. So you just have one guy
All
left.
right.
Nice. All right. See, we're turning the tide here. Rush. There's 2 of these guys left. One of which has been barely injured, but
Yeah. 20 plus 1. Still misses.
oh, okay. And Mike, you're one guy.
Nope.
Eka.
He's been taking
tide was
lessons from
turning.
Dougal.
Okay, Eka, are there any wounds that are injured?
One is barely injured. Yes.
Okay. What about our guys? Are there ones that have not been injured or looking fairly good?
I don't know. You tell me, guys. I think they're all injured.
I mean, I've got one that still has 4 hit points left.
My guy still has 3.
What about just 2 of them standing right now?
No, Mike has a guy too.
Yeah, he's got 8.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Well, Mike's character looks pretty beefy, so he's gonna enlarge him. He's gonna go
Nice.
poof.
Oh, you like to double down on spells. All right, good. Perfect. All right, so you're going to get big. So you just got real big there, random sailor dude. I mean, you're a Lemurian, so now you're like just barely over the height of a normal guy, like a normal Hyperborean guy, I should say, because Lemurians are pretty petite. No, petite is the right word, but they're on the shorter. They're on the shorter side. Diminutive. There you go. That's a good way to say it. All right, and that's the end of that round. Okay, so let's go Tony against Mike for initiative.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Ooh,
Yeah, 5.
oh man, you really don't want this boat, do you? All right,
I've been on it too long.
Tony, you got one guy. There's 3 of them.
Oh my gosh, a 16
Oh god. All right.
for max damage, 6 points.
All right, let's see who it hits. It hits Mike's guy. Oh, and you had 8 hit points, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
good.
eats
You're
it
not
for
down.
he eats it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Nice. And Crystal, you got one guy.
Yep. All right. Oh, rolled a 17.
Oh man. Okay,
And 2-handed attack. Oof, 7 damage.
that's Nikki's character.
No
I'm
one
assuming
will
you
ever allow me and Crystal to be bad guys again.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, all right. All right, he goes down. And that's it, though. So there's 2 sailors and Eka against these guys. So I guess Rush has a sailor left. There's 2 of these guys, but they're doing a really good job of taking you out.
Am I the only one left?
It's you plus Mike's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so dead.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I would roll morale because they might run, but you know that you'll be dead if you try to jump off the ship at this point because it's.
Yeah.
Although Lemurians are good swimmers.
So is it our turn or are we initiative again?
Yes.
Swim to
No,
shore.
it's your
You
turn.
can make it to
Yeah.
shore.
Yeah, if you want to, you could. There is a chance you'll make it to shore. We'll give you like
Eka's gonna
a saving
melee.
throw. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So go ahead, Rush. What do you want to do? What's your? Since you're playing them, I won't make them roll initiative. Do you want to attack? Do you want to run? Do you want? What do you want to do?
I'm sorry. I thought it was literally our turn to attack.
It is.
Yeah. So
you
I
rolled
attacked.
it. Unfortunately, you missed.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
I
No,
won.
that's fine. I was just asking. Oh man, yeah, you just miss them. Okay. Go ahead, Mike. What's your plan?
It's critical fail.
Oh, I quit.
So you fall off the boat. You slip on the blood and go off the side with the giant spear. All right, Eka, it's up to you. Come on.
So Eka's flying, so he's gonna do a charge attack invisibly
Nice.
and slam
Nice.
into the creature, basically trying to knock it off. Basically, so I get
Okay, so
plus
you
4.
want to do a push?
Yeah, so I don't know. What
That's actually a move.
is.
That is an actual move that you can do. It's in advanced combat, I believe. In fact, it was used against Russia's character and made it fall into a giant pit, or almost fall into a giant pit.
Yes.
How did I do that?
I ended
forget
up
how I did
hanging
it.
off the side.
It was pretty awesome, actually. I forget what it was. Was it called push attack? Arrow setting dodge, double arrow firing match. Right. I know it was there because I did it.
I think
maybe it was
a
just under
standard combat action, right?
Oh, it's just under the standard combat.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it too.
Yeah, I remember he did it. So, and then actually, you guys did it back. Push.
Is it under the like with grapple and overbear? Maybe is.
Yeah, the spell called shove. Yeah, I just looked there. I don't see it. Unless I just made it up. Malay. Oh, pummeling and pushing. Hold on. Unarmed combat encompassing overbearing, pummeling, and pushing. Okay, so that's where it's got to be. Where is it?
Overbear is page 248.
right, let's see.
Push is
Perfecto.
249, very top of 249.
Perfect. An attempt to shove, knock down one's opponent, hand, shoulder, shield. D20 attack rolls made strength impact modifier applicable, ineffective against larger upon successful attack roll. Okay, so I'm gonna say because you are invisible, you're gonna get that bonus, of course, and you get what +2 to attack with when you're charging, or that's the damage you get +2.
Yeah, flying charge. All right, so let me just put that in over here. I'm gonna say push attack.
All right, let's see it. Come on, push attack.
Push. And
You got this.
all right, let me. I'm just gonna roll a d20, and then we can do the math
Yeah.
afterwards. D20.
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom. Okay, 16
Yes.
plus 2 is his fighting, and added on top of that the 4 and the 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
definitely
hit.
hits. Yep. Yeah, because if the first level guys hit with a 16, you would. All right, so he gets an avoidance save. Which I'll just roll here because just to make it exciting, I'll roll it in the thing. 13. Okay, what is his save? That I don't know. Copper Un. Saving throw. 15. All right, yeah. You knock him off the side of the moving boat.
Now
Yes,
he's
and
visible.
yeah, you're visible. But I'm going to say, because you're flying, that you basically probably flew off the side. So you probably are not going to be subject to a melee attack, at least at this first round, because you probably kept going, when you hit him. That makes sense if you're flying at somebody, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you stood there and went like that. You actually smashed into him. So I'll say you're like, roll a d6, and that's how many feet away from the boat you are.
Okay.
Times 10, of course. Roll low because you won't be able to get back. Okay, that's
3
fine. You
feet.
can catch the boat. Yep, you'll be able to catch the boat over time, even though you're moving the same speed as the boat. But it's not under being sailed properly, so I'll say the boat's not quite moving at full speed. So it's going to take you maybe not this round, but maybe next round to get back on the boat. There's only one Un left though, and there's 2 player characters. Which one did you knock over? Should we just roll randomly to see if it's Tony's or Crystal's? Let's do that.
Yep.
Crystals. Okay, so Tony, your Un is the only one left, and both Rush and Mike have a standing sailor. So Tony versus Mike. Let's see for initiative. I think that's the same thing I did last time.
That was a 5 on initiative.
Oh, mine's over the side, I thought.
Oh, you went. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
just
You
knocked it
went
on the side.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's basically only Rush is left. Rush, roll initiative. You're the only one in the boat. You should just make a deal and sail away.
D6, right?
D6, beat a 5. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is good. Okay. You got to kill the soon this time, Rush. This is the most important role of the entire campaign for you.
Here's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Typical.
Okay.
oh man.
There you go, Tony. Finish him.
Roll a 1, Tony.
Finish him.
Hey, I rolled a 5, so I know that has to miss,
Oh.
surely.
Yeah, that definitely. Well, your 3 hit die, and they're not wearing any armor. So yeah, no, it still misses. You would need an 8 to hit him. Okay, yeah. So that round goes by. So let's roll initiative again. D6 against each other. You'll be involved this round as well now, right?
That is a
Young.
4.
Go ahead, Rush. Initiative.
Oh, I thought he was doing damage. I'm like, what? I thought he missed.
No. He missed.
So what happened? Did Eka go off the side of the boat too?
Well, he did, but he's
No,
flying back because he was flying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just went off and he has to fly back, and the boat's moving, so I'm making it one round where he couldn't go.
No,
Okay.
no.
Unfortunately, the Un's going to go first, but Eka can be involved this round, whatever you're going to end up doing.
Yeah.
But
That's
first,
a 15.
ooh, yeah, that's going to hit. All right, Rush, this could be the
15
end of
for
your
3
sailor.
points.
3 points.
Ooh. Yeah. Are you up?
I am covered in my own blood, but I am still standing.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Eka, what are you doing?
Wow.
This Un is up and fighting.
Okay.
Your
Eka
your
is
last
going
sailor is
to.
bleeding.
Eka is going to cast Mirror Image, second to his last spell over here. And
Okay.
yeah, Mirror Image.
Bunch of you up here.
All right. What do I roll for mirror image images? You guys remember?
1d4 plus 1.
Okay. Roll d4 plus 1. Here we go. Okay, 4 extra images appear. Boom. Bunch of
Yeah,
Ekas.
nice. All right, so there's 5 of you. That's awesome. Okay, now it's the next round. Tony versus Rush again.
That's a 3.
Can't roll low, can you?
Only when it's his
Not when
his own
not
character.
when it's the bad guys.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
All right, Rush, come on. You got this. Well, you're not going
I
to kill him,
haven't.
though.
I've only hit one time, and I have attacked many.
It's the lack of confidence.
Or the presence of getting beat to shit.
Eka is gonna say, "I'll stand over already," and he's gonna place himself in front of that sailor, and he's going to attack.
Just a regular attack? Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. It is with his dagger. Oh boy.
It's a valiant attack against this thing.
Yeah. Where is his melee weapon?
You never thought you were going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's
You're
Eka
like,
here.
oh.
There we go.
Oh, unfortunately, that's a miss.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's the Un's turn, right? But you're going to attack, actually. I'll say the magician's in the way, so you got to attack the magician. So go for it, Tony.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, man. Okay, so... I'm just kidding. Which mirror image are you? Out of 5 there, Young. I'll just roll a d6.
3.
Actually, I'll roll a d5. Is there a d5 in this? It must be. I'll just roll a d6.
I mean, you could just type it in.
I'll roll.
I'm gonna say 3 is where I am.
Okay, 3 is where you're at. I'll roll a d6. If I get a 6, I'll just roll again. Okay, it's one of the mirror images. So that's an amazing hit. One mirror image goes away. And we're into the next round. Rush versus Tony.
That's a 3 again.
Come on, Rush. Nice.
Oh,
2 6s in a row for and
Nice.
this.
And Eka yells out, "Just push him already!"
It wouldn't matter. I can't hit nothing. I'd be pushing blank air.
Okay. What kind of attack do you want to make? Oh God, doesn't matter. As noted. Okay, go ahead, Eka.
Eka is going to cast. Oh man, I don't want to cast any thing here. Oh boy, he's gonna.
This is the time to burn them all.
Yeah, he's going to cast. He's going to cast. Strength on you.
Oh.
Yeah, and Eka's gonna say, just push him already with your prodigious strength, and he casts strength on the sailor.
That's liable to be wasted.
And
We'll
Eka's
find
gonna,
Go ahead, 2d6 to add it to your strength. We'll figure your strength is probably at least 11 or 12.
Here we go.
Yeah.
2d6 coming right up. 8.
Okay, yeah, so you got 18 strength. Oh, you feel very strong. Strongest you've ever felt there, sailor.
Yeah. What little blood is still left in my body.
Yeah. All right.
here we go, huh?
Tony versus
Here's the
Rush
part where
initiative.
it kills me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an 8. Does that hit anything?
An 8 is what you needed to hit. Hold on. What's the mirror image's armor class? It's not his armor.
My armor
What
class is 5, but
Yeah,
mirror
yeah,
image,
that's
if you
not-
hit it, if it hits it, then it's gonna disappear.
Oh, okay. So what number would you like to be? Because there's 4
I'm gonna
left.
be,
So
I'm gonna be still 3. Yeah.
okay. It's not gonna hit you, even if it hits you. So, but it'll save a mirror image. That's good. That actually is good for you. Because it hits you, but it doesn't hit you because it doesn't hit your armor class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So you actually stabbed the correct magician, but it's not. He dodges out of the way.
Yeah, that belt like repels it, and Eka says, "Whoo, nice belt."
Oh, you wearing the belt? Then you would have been visible. They would have been able to see your belt this whole time. But you never put yourself in combat anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, if that's the case, wait, that would hit Eka if it wasn't like armor class 5. Yeah, Eka would have
Well,
had.
It hits armor class. Would you roll an 8, Tony?
An 8. Yep.
An 8 hits armor class 9.
Oh, wait. His armor class is 9. Yeah, it hits him. Yep.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You
It
are
was
stabbed.
2 points. 2
2
points,
points
of
of
damage.
damage.
Okay. He goes, "Oof, ouch."
Oh, and that kills him. 7th level magician. He doesn't have more than 2 points.
At 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Eka's okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. With just 2 points. All right. That was the end of that round, right?
Yep.
Because you guys beat the Une. Okay, so now Rush's character has been strengthened. Ekka's been stabbed, but fortunately didn't lose a mirror image. And going to the next round. So Tony versus Rush.
Ooh, a 5.
Oh, come on, Rush. Yes, nice.
Wow.
That's 3 in a row.
That is very good. You're meleeing Ekka, or are you doing a spell?
Yeah, he's gonna melee.
Okay. Go ahead, you can go first because you're the character.
Okay.
Then we'll have
Come on.
Rush go with his super strength.
Come on, buddy. Could I try to push him over?
Yeah, of
even
course.
though I'm not flying and doing all these crazy stuff.
Yeah, a push is a regular attack.
Okay.
You just
Sounds
won't
great.
get any. I gave him I gave you a bonus because you were charging. Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. He's not gonna get any bonus, but he is going to push.
yeah, you just got to hit him. No, that does not hit him.
He's
Zero.
like,
Hold on.
it doesn't budge.
How did you do damage 0?
Because I rolled. I didn't put anything for attack or damage.
Oh, I see. Okay, you just put it in for the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were rolling a weapon. I was like, how'd that happen? Okay, so yeah, you try to push him and he steps out of the way nimbly because he's a copper Une. What's your plan there, Rush? Are you gonna stab him with a spear? Are you gonna push him?
Yeah, I'm just. Well, shit.
No, he's gonna yell, "Come on, just push him off the boat, damn it!"
Yeah, I guess if I feel all supercharged, I'm gonna actually try and bull rush him and throw him off the boat and pray to God I don't go over with him. So
All right, go for it. So you got a D20 +2 because of your strength, +2 to hit.
it's 18, so
Yep.
yeah, I
Attack modifier +2. Yep. So D20 +2. You need a 16. Yes.
finally.
All right, he gets a saving throw though. All right,
Yep.
he gets an avoidance save, which is a
He's gonna
D20.
make the save.
13, which I think everybody got last time and failed, right? No, off the side he goes. Wow, Tony, you're drowning. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the boat
with
is
one hit point left, he just hulks out and grabs the guy. Is like, ah! Just boom off the edge of the boat.
I mean,
Then he turns
you know,
around and he looks at Eka and he's like pointing at these mirror images and he goes, "You wait until the end," and then he passes out.
Eka just shrugs. It's like, I don't want to die, you fool.
Yeah.
And Eka casts his last spell, which is Strengthen, on himself.
Nice.
And he's going
Heck
to
is a
see-
dick.
I'm going to see. Hold on. D4.
You guys.
So he gets 2 more for his strength. So his strength is now, I guess, 11. And he's going to try and fly down and swoop up whatever whomever needs help or any sailors that are still alive or floating.
I mean, you went way. Well, if you do that, remember the boat is still sailing. If you fly away from the boat, you might not catch it again.
Oh man.
Because you'd have to go back. Actually, who lost somebody over the side? Only one person, right? Only Mike. Right? Is that true?
Yeah.
No, one of my dudes went over.
Okay. Well, let's see if you drown. There was actually a roll for it. We're just gonna do a man overboard roll. Okay. Man overboard covers challenges. Blah blah. Okay. So we're just gonna say that if you can make a test of Constitution, we'll say you have average Constitution, then you're able to like tread water until they're able to spin the boat around and pick you up. Otherwise, you will drown. So that's a D6 roll. We'll just say you have average Constitution. So you got 2 and 6. 1 or 2, and you survive. Oh. Nope. Nope. Yeah, unfortunately, you're sailors, but you couldn't tread water long enough. By the time this one bloody sailor, the only person who can sail the boat that's left, it's a 6-man job to sail the boat. This one guy that's with 1 hit point left manages to bring the boat around, but unfortunately, you don't see any bodies, and it's dark too. Remember, so we'll say as we're going to probably wrap up now that I'm guessing that you're going to try to sail the boat around to where the party is.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll have no chance of doing anything. And we'll say that with some effort, you guys are able to do that, and you kind of move the boat over to the side. You guys in the party see the boat. This is now probably like 2 hours after he left. You see the boat sail to the other side and drop anchor under the moons of. Oh, actually, let me see what the moon's like. Yeah, it's actually pretty dark. It's only a half moon of Phobos, and I think Selene is where's Selene? Oh no, Selene's about a half moon as well. So it's it's a pretty bright night. It's equivalent of like a single full moon. So you see the boat, Fortune's Song or whatever you name the boat, I forget now, pull up and drop anchor.
Spear and Song. Yeah, Spear and Song, I
Yeah.
think. Song and Spear or something.
Song and Spear. Yeah, you see the Song and Spear pull up and drop anchor offshore. As we kind of wrap up this session, was there anything else anybody wanted to do before we?
Ricky looks towards the group as they're sitting there and seeing our ship pull up. She just goes, "What has he done? Why did he bring the ship around here? What? Oh my!"
Well, if I had to guess, knowing Eka, he probably liked, comment, subscribed, and ring the notification bell so that he would be updated on our future adventures.
It's like
No,
you
he is
read
for-
my mind, Xenia.
He is wise. All right. Thanks, guys.